We're recording.
All right, so when last we left our group of intrepid adventurers, they had escaped from the sewers, barely ahead of the jaws of a vicious, mutated sewer beast Hydra, being ridden by 5 surly marked goblins. They fled back to Tanith, carrying Rosalina, who doesn't seem quite right. Possibly getting her brain scrambled by that mysterious, shadowy sorcerer. Didn't sit well with her, and might not have recovered entirely. But we rejoin our heroes back on board. Rosalina is resting comfortably, and they are resting and recovering from their wounds. We have not yet taken a long rest. It is still the night of. They are gathered on the deck of the boat. And that's where we rejoin our story.
Gaston will pour shots of his good whiskey to everybody.
I'd like to call a meeting, people.
Surviving one more round of insanity.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
So let's discuss the elephant in the room.
I'm
Sure.
not that big, am I?
It's
Boomer,
all
if you
muscle,
think that's
Felix.
a trunk, hi kid. But yes, as you have probably noticed, the staff has been acting in my operation to collect souls, and there's a good reason for it. I think it's a good reason. It's to protect my soul from being damned to hell. And
Seems like a good reason.
once I collect enough to fill the staff, I'm released from my contract. There's also a possibility of taking the contract and rewriting it as I see fit and releasing me from my agreement.
Why don't we just go and kill 100 people?
I'm with Nico.
So I would prefer to take people that I have deemed as not very good.
Hey man, we're
Example,
in Waterdeep. I've got a list of 100 people easy. We can be done by lunchtime. Like, just put it out there. Yeah.
So
how do we, in the case where we decide not to go kill 100 people and damn all their souls to infinity in hell, how do we get this contract? And like, why wouldn't we just destroy it and not change it? Couldn't we just like break the contract then?
how do I know contract magic? What do I know of it, Ed?
Give me an Arcana check.
Should I do the same?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can absolutely do an Arcana check. Felix, you can not Felix. You can also do a religion check, Gaston.
I know all of the. Oh, damn it! I rolled 20 and he still beats me. We know all the contract stuff.
Yeah. I don't really know that much from the religion side, but from the Arcana side, I got this.
Right. Yeah. So you guys both with those rolls. So Felix, you know this. As you know, the cult of Osiris did deal in life and death and souls and whatnot. There was obviously sort of a course on infernal contracts and mortals that would sign them, and ways that they can, you know, things that they how they could be broken. And so, as long as the contract is in existence, it is pretty much ironclad. Like it's one of the things from the cosmos. Gaston, you learned about this through your studies after your second ex-wife.
Be right back.
After your second ex-wife, you were like, yeah, maybe I should read up on this just in case. Might want to take a peek at infernal what have yous, and just let's just see what it's about. You stopped by a library, one of the larger libraries, during your dimension hopping days, and you also read up on different accounts of infernal contracts and ways that they can be circumvented. People that have tried to out and out just try to skip out on them. People that have tried to go around them, and you know that particularly the Lords of the Nine Hells, but definitely some of the major denizens of the Nine Hells, they're really good at writing airtight contracts. That's what they do. I mean, they've been doing it for millennia. They're really fucking good at it. However, if the physical contract is destroyed, that contract is now null and void. There are also ways that you can make extra deals with the devil that signed it. You can attempt to bribe them to void it. There are a few things that can be done to go about it. Usually those ways are fairly expensive, and not, any more deals that you make kind of get you deeper and deeper, is what the reading that you found was, where you were just like, oh wow, yeah, these people they tried to make deals to get out of it and ended up just enslaving their entire family. You read about one particular family line that the progenitor of that line made deals and tried to get out of things. That entire line is now a family of tieflings that lives in Avernus. And the entire line was sort of damned, all because this guy kept making deals. He thought he could outsmart one of these devils, and he tried getting out of it, and it just didn't work. And he's got deeper and deeper and deeper. But you do know that if you can get your hands on the original contract, which is never an easy thing, you can break said contract by destroying it.
So it sounds like would Gaston and Felix tell the rest of us this?
Yeah.
So then I would say that it sounds like it's a bit risky for us to try and modify any contract, because these the devils are they're only just gonna play with with whatever we write, and they're way better at this than us. They're just gonna keep.
I think editing the contract requires consent from both sides, but destroying it, not so much.
Yeah. Destroying it. So I think, I don't want to lose Felix. So I think we, at least my perspective is, we need to try and get Felix back and not damn his soul to hell.
Like when the banks catch fire back before they kept digital records, and all the mortgages, I guess everyone owns their home now.
Yeah.
I remember paying the last payment.
Yeah, we've got two paths. Yeah, we've got the two paths we can do. So I really don't know a great deal about, where said contract would reside anywhere in the entire infinite plane of the hell. So it might be easier for us just to get a bunch of random souls of jackasses and stick them in a staff.
Let's hedge our bets and do both.
Yeah, I think we have a couple more immediate issues.
Yeah, I've got our years the same time as here on Earth, Ed.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we've got 300 odd days left.
Okay, so how
Collect some
about
souls on the way.
Yeah, we'll. If we find bad guys, and there'll be bad guys. I know some people were like, a little uncomfortable with just.
I'm not going to go
random
killing
souls.
children just for
Not
souls.
anymore.
I mean, redheads are just out. They don't have
Yeah.
any anyways. So.
I don't think you needed to tell us that you weren't gonna get to.
So yeah. Any bad guys we come across, we can charge up your staff, and then we'll keep our ear to the ground for any intel on where this contract might be. And
This guy overcharged me for my drink. He's a bad guy.
We won't be doing that
the
again.
worst, the worst.
I mean, we all know what we're pretty much gonna do, but I have to say that I kind of like the idea of going into hell and fucking up the devil.
It
Sounds
would
kind of
be a hoot.
badass, huh?
It would be a hoot.
Yeah,
How do we get there? Like,
Carefully.
is
we have to die.
That's one way, Boomer, but I can't bring
It'd
us
be
all
real
back.
bad.
there another way?
Well, there is kind of an
Wait, there is-
interdimensional portal in Phandalin at the moment.
I don't
Is the
think that
dragon
goes
on
to
the
the
way
same
there?
place.
Like, is it the
I'll
same
have
hell?
to do some more research, but Geshing's
look
book
into-
should give me a leg up.
Yeah, look into Geshing's book. I'm sure we can figure something out.
As
That's
long as
Try
the
not-
dragon is on, like, the dragon is on the way to this, then I'm fine. Like,
I mean,
I-
devils are like little dragons, right? They got wings and horns.
yeah.
There's
it-
fire.
we can hit the hunt for this dragon here,
I
and
mean, I heard there's like powerful artifacts and stuff in hell, right? Do you think we could?
I'll just kind of like shake the staff, like that's where this came from.
So I'm thinking, I'm thinking we could maybe go on a little shopping trip. I'm sure.
Might there be, maybe
This
like a really nice
scroll's
bow?
gonna be this scroll.
Nico, you don't pay for anything. What do you mean shopping?
5-finger discount.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
Leave it to Nico to be like, well, I mean, we're gonna be down there. I mean, sure, it might be a little dangerous, but we steal a couple of things. What's the harm?
so
They probably stole them first, so we're just liberating them.
Exactly. I mean, they don't really need them for the blood war. I mean,
so just to be clear for everyone, this is not a long-term plan for me of harvesting souls. This is a means to an end.
right,
Hmm.
Sounds
So,
like a
like-
plan. Anyone else feel like a nap?
we take care of our other stuff. We find
in-
bad guys
even in
along the
dirt.
way, and they get sucked into your stick.
I guess like you're keeping a track of time, right? If we start getting if it looks like we're not getting close to either getting to hell to destroy the contract or like we're way low on the numbers, you need to keep a track and tell us how we're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we got plenty of time right now,
like,
but just to hedge
6 months
our
go
bets.
by, and you're like, I've only collected 2.
There was something I was meant to do.
Look at your to-do list. Take out trash. Collect souls. Oh shit!
oh,
I didn't get the trash
why
out.
is it never at the top of the list? Yeah.
There's always tomorrow.
Hey Tanith, do you need any more crew members or? Yeah.
Is it?
Are any of your crew members being really irritating?
Any of them
Any
want a
less
permanent
crew?
vacation?
He's like, well, that Abernath guy won't stop crying. And you guys, and now that you're kind of paying attention when he says that, you can hear the soft weeping of a grown man in the, sort of echoing through the ship, and it's more or less constant.
Do you want us to get rid of him for you? Is he just being a bit of a? Is he just sort of dragging down the mood of the place? Like,
it's one of those things where it's like you don't hear it until it gets brought to your attention, and now I can't not hear it.
Yeah.
Right. It's just a guy softly weeping in the background.
He's been a bit of a buzzkill, isn't he? I mean, yeah.
The captain says, "Nah, the crew are having good fun with him." Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If it weren't for the crew, he would have stopped sobbing long ago.
Oh, I lost Deb.
He cries every now and again, but I think we can bring him around. What do you say, lads? And you hear a cheer goes up from the crew. Aye, aye, peg boy.
No, just a thought. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna turn in for the night. Check Rosie's okay. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Yes, everyone's deserved a nap.
Boomer's gonna find a place to shrink to where he's not gonna destroy a hallway or something, because
just gonna hang over the side of the boat.
Skippy's barrel.
Yeah, there's a barrel.
No, how about the dock?
Don't know if the barrel would hold it.
Well, if you dump out all that stupid water that's in it.
Yeah, I think. I mean, do we have like a latrine or something?
Just
The
the
dock?
side of the boat, I think. Probably. Oh yeah, just the dock. If you really want to make a mess.
Yeah, I imagine we're all like talking in the dining table or something. Boomer's like huddled in there, like trying to cram it. Like, guys, everybody out. Yeah.
Everybody out. I gotta poop.
Hold on. Yeah, I think Boomer will run up on deck and.
Oh, come on, shit in Skippy's barrel. You run down there, and there's two barrels. One says shit barrel and one says Skippy's barrel, but they both start with S, and Boomer can't read.
Well, Boomer can't read common.
And he just makes a guess. He's all, yeah, but yeah, it's you just shit in Skippy's barrel.
Boomer will just flop his ass overboard. Over the side.
Tanith is like, hey.
You just imagine like parked next to us would be like some sort of like pleasure yacht.
Shitter's full, Clark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope there's people watching.
Yeah. Oh, the historic docks of water. Oh,
Are you able to like hang on as you're changing size?
Well,
as your center of gravity shifts.
Like, has his ass hanging over the side, and I don't know, maybe is like trying looking at some I don't know, like I need to read something or
looking at
anyone got a dwarven script
carved into Tanith.
Dennis is like, oh god, oh, wash it off, oh god.
Yeah, I got Boomer something to basic reading and common books for him, so he can read the Dwarven to Common child books.
A is for axe.
He's not even saying anything. He's just like okay, bring it.
E is for axe.
He's like,
B is for blood.
A is for axe.
and G's for gems.
Stupid language.
Yeah. So Boomer, you take a massive shit over the side of the boat as you deflate. You offend the the people next to you that have moored there. the little tourist. It's like a little tour boat that was giving a tour of the harbor of Waterdeep. And as they're going by, they just see this massive dwarf shrinking as he shits himself small.
It wasn't in my barrel at least, so.
People were trying to.
Person was trying.
Person was trying to get me to defecate in there.
The universe. Maybe the universe leans that way. You don't know. And so Boomer just this massive stream of dwarven shit piles into the harbor. The smell is absolutely foul. The harbor crews are yelling at you. Oh God, come on! We've got bathrooms like right there, and they're pointing on deck, or pointing on shore.
Boomer doesn't even realize there's a problem. He's just kind of like, it is a nice day. I know, impressive, huh? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go take a nap. I can't really talk, so I mean, yeah.
Once I'm in my room, can I see what was in the box that I got from the globe?
So you're carrying two things that you took from there. You got the box, and you also got that torn page.
Yes. That's right. With the brain-hurting writing on it.
Right. All right. So you have that the small like about the size of a cigar box.
I'll check it for any obvious traps.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Or investigation or perception. Yes.
So if you're looking for something, perception. If you're trying to figure out what it does, investigation.
Oh, okay.
Either way, just let me know what you want to do.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. This thing looks pretty. This thing looks pretty clean.
I shall go ahead and attempt to open it.
Okay. As you open the box to try, you go to open the box to get the, pry the lid open. As you pull the box apart, you lift the lid open, and as you lift it, you can't tell if the teeth were always there or if they grew down as you open the box. But the thing snaps at you viciously.
Damn mimics!
And you are wholly surprised by it.
Keep it down in there, Nico.
Are we all asleep by now?
Yeah, you guys are asleep.
Is my barrel was my barrel okay? Because otherwise I would.
I did shit in your barrel.
I didn't say you shit in my barrel. I was just saying, is it like?
Did someone?
I'm not blaming you specifically. Just did one.
Did you?
I'm saying, could one have shit in my barrel?
If this mimic crits me again, man, just.
How'd Nico die? Mimic. Seems legit. It's the way he would want to go. Is it?
That's the way he would have wanted to go, you know? Let's see, what's your AC?
16.
Oh, he just missed. Oh, he has 2 attacks.
Stupid. Oh.
He missed again. Yeah, so this thing opens up and this slathering tongue sort of pops out of the box with his teeth and snapping at you as you're sort of fighting with this box.
Quick question: do mimics have souls?
I don't think so.
Didn't have to be humanoid. I can't remember what you said now.
I don't think that they are.
Are they a construct?
No, they're not a construct, but they're a monstrosity, and so they're not. Yeah, they're not super soul having.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and fight the mimic without waking Rosie up.
Yeah. They're not on your grocery list.
Ooh, nice. All right, so I'm gonna need a stealth check. While you are trying to fight this, it's just a silent battle. Just trying to like stab this thing and keep it quiet. There's acid going everywhere. So you're simultaneously trying to hold its jaws shut to keep it from making noise.
Yeah, I can do that. I crit.
Yeah, so you are very stealthy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are very stealthy. Go ahead and give me an
clamp
attack
my
roll.
hand over its mouth or something.
Well, this is where Nico shines. None of us are there to see it,
Oh, yeah.
so he's
No
going
one's
to
there
do
to see it.
amazing.
Right, yeah, so it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not. I rolled a 1.
Oh,
I
You
stabbed myself through the leg.
you accidentally stab the hand, and the mimic jerks aside, and you stab yourself in the hand.
I imagined like some Inspector Kuzo kind of bullshit going on, like him being quiet, being like mimic,
Yeah.
trips over,
yeah.
falls into the poop.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So yeah, you go ahead and stab your hand. The old man in your head laughs. He thinks this is pretty funny. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Oh, now I roll well.
Nice. Yep, and then sneak attack.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I
sneakily attacked my own, cunningly planned the assault on my own.
You were being stealthy.
And you didn't see it coming.
Stealthy. Yeah, you didn't see that shit coming, man. Oh, is this what I've been doing to people? Oh God.
I deserve this.
I'll accept that I'll accept that I probably can't cunningly evade that attack.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it turns out, yeah, you jam that into your hand, take 12 damage. Most of it is pride damage. And so yeah, you stab your hand. The mimic is going to try to make another bite at you. Oh, both of those will hit.
Good.
Yeah. So it attacks. It manages to get a couple of bites in on you. You take 5 acid damage on your hand. You don't know if it's
half of 5.
Yeah, so 2. You take two acid damage as this thing, and you're doing that thing where you're like trying to take one hand off and it's going back at. Go ahead and give me another attack roll, and give me another stealth check and another attack roll.
See, stealth is fine. Like, no problem with stealth.
Right. You are quiet. Yeah, you are managing to. And some of the acid drips into your new knife wound that's in your hand.
God. All right. Die, mimic. Die.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit. So, yeah, you managed to stab into this mimic. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, yeah, max damage.
There you go. Yeah, 14. So, yeah, you kill this mimic.
Mimic.
And now that so you stab into this mimic, it spasms and it loses the shape of a cigar box and just sort of changes into this small sort of amorphous blob. And you can see that it's actually a juvenile. You've had some experience with mimics in the past, and this one looks smaller than the ones that you've.
I wondered
you've
where
seen
that was
before.
going. Like you've had some experience with juveniles and
No, that's Gaston.
Yes, I had issues with juveniles. He had issues with minors.
And so, but when you, as the thing falls dead, a large, large for the fact that it falls out of this thing, key, falls to the ground.
Yeah, I'll just sort of scrape the goo off and just sort of drop it out a window into the water. Just a stupid mimic.
Yeah, this thing splashes into a boomer shit puddle. What would be really funny is as you're lifting your hand out at the same time, Boomer was shitting. And so you put your hand out to drop this mimic and just you get your arm coated in shit.
Under breakfast, we're like, hey, it looks a little infected.
Yeah.
Gaston, would you mind just...
thing looks like it's going septic.
How'd that happen? Don't ask.
Skippy's barrel, probably. I don't know. Looks unsanitary.
It happens.
That's the best way to sanitize things. As long as you don't shit in it. Come on.
Okay. So, another successful mission accomplished.
If he's like sleeping in the barrel, Nico walks out with this shit-coated hand and just like rinses it off.
Dips it in the barrel. There you go.
gives the key a little swizz around. But wow, look, it shines right up. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So Nico nearly killing himself. Good. Yeah, that sounds good. I will now settle down to rest, muttering about damned mimics and yeah.
Nico is attacked by a mimic. What? Is it Saturday already?
Did you want to look at the page?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I've got 17 hit points left. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, you said it. You said it.
You have an aneurysm trying to read it.
I don't know. For a guy that has the luck feat, why would you want to tempt fate so much?
Used to getting away with it.
So you pull out this page. And looking at, just 1 second. Internet is moving. No. Oh, that looks neat, but not that. No. Here we are. So you looking at the page, you can see that it is burnt. It looks like it has it looks like the edges of it have been bitten and ripped. It's made of it's a really fine paper, like a vellum almost. Like it's really high quality. But you can see that it's clearly been ripped out of a larger text. And it is and the writing on it, like you just sort of look at the writing. Do you try to read it, or do you?
I shall attempt to read it.
All right. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's a good 7.
7.
Solid 7.
7. So you look down at this page, and you can see that there's you see that there is text. There's text that is written in what looks like common, but you don't understand the language that it's written in, but the characters are common. But in the margins and sort of crossing out some of the common words, there is a jagged this scrawl that's written in it, and you try to read some of the stuff that's in the margins, and as you do, you feel the world around you starts to break apart. Not getting apart, like literally looks like it's starting to unravel around you, and a little trickle of blood comes out of your nose, and then another one comes out of your eye, and you collapse onto the ground unconscious.
Well, it's not just Felix when he reads arcane traveling books.
Oh yeah, Geshin's book.
And you, and Nico, you collapse onto the ground with this page still clutched into your fist.
I think I'd have been probably trying to read it in bed, so I'd have just been like in bed, just like reading it. It's been like,
yeah. You just oh no. All right, so Nico is been incapacitated at the moment.
Like
Started his long rest.
But
combined
Nico,
a sort of himself, a mimic, and a piece of paper.
But just as you're sort of losing your grip on reality, as the world is starting to unravel, you hear the old man's voice in your head go, oh, no, you don't, boy, and you can feel this sort of yank on your spirit, and you are pulled back from the abyss. You're still unconscious, but your sanity is more or less intact.
At least as intact as it was before.
Yeah, as intact as it was. All right, what are the rest of you doing?
Resting.
Sleeping.
Sleeping, yeah. Before, I know, like, Skippy's got two scrolls from this treasure thing, which I think I'll wait until the morning.
Yeah, I can identify them tomorrow. Actually, I can identify them tonight.
No, I wouldn't. No, Skippy would have just wanted to have a sleep.
Oh yeah, we would have.
I think probably would have forgotten that I even had them until after being chased by a Hydra, and then having finding out that Felix's soul is at risk of being damned to eternal hell. Maybe would probably have just passed out with that information, and then when I next have a rummage in my bag, I'll be like, oh, what's this?
All right.
Morning routine.
Okay. All right. So Skippy's going to sleep. Boomer, you shit yourself, and then you're gonna go lay down.
Yeah, it took a lot out of me.
Okay. Did we split the treasure evenly that we got?
Well, I think we were all kind of in there filling our pockets, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember how much it was. I know.
I know I've got the totals here, but
okay,
I can divide them. I'll divide them by 6 and then write it out.
6.
5.
Nice try.
Well, one part needs to go to Tanith, sorry.
So it's 2. I'll write it out in the chat and then.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So Felix, are you going to bed?
Yep.
Okay. Felix. All right. So is everybody's going to sleep? All right. Go ahead and take a long rest.
Yay! I was waiting to hear that.
Everybody take a long rest. Those of you with a level of exhaustion, the long rest will take care of one level of exhaustion.
Yay.
Yay.
Oh, everybody sleeps. Nico, you have some pretty weird dreams. You don't remember all of them when you wake up the next morning. Although you wake up and although you've rested, your body has rested. You don't feel great when you wake up. Like you feel like you have a massive hangover. And there's some blood coming, some blood crusted on your lip and on the side of your nose and face.
So normal
And,
evening for Nico?
Yeah, so sounds like pretty standard Friday.
Yeah, and so you wake up and you're still clutching this piece of paper in your fist.
Mm-hmm. So I'll be like, just roll that up and just tuck it in the pocket. And then I guess I'll check on Rosie and see if she's all right.
So Rosie is still asleep. She's now that you're looking at her sort of in the lights, the morning light streaming in through the window porthole, whatever the fuck they call it on a boat.
Yeah.
The window streaming, the light streaming in through the window. You can see she has very dark circles under her eyes. Her face looks a little drawn and pinched. You don't know. It looks like she's been going pretty hard for a while. Like you're looking at her, you don't know when the last time she probably got a good night's sleep, or was allowed to like really eat or anything. She looks pretty rough now that you're looking at her in like daylight.
I'll like leave her a note. I think I'll like write scrawl a note on a bit of paper and just say, breakfast is upstairs. Be back soon.
Okay.
Nico.
On the back of the paper, you just tried to read?
Yeah, just
left her a note on the
oh, it's been so long since I had a good night's No, I'll use one of the wine bottle labels that I stole from the winery in Brew.
Sounds about right.
Well, things are handy. Aren't they?
All right, so okay, yeah. So you leave her a little note. How's everybody else waking up?
Normally?
Breakfast. Yeah.
Gaston's gonna open up the window in the back of the captain's cabin, look out the back of the boat, the port, have himself some nice breakfast burrito, and write in his journal about all the entertaining things that happened yesterday.
Yeah. A lot happened to Gaston. Got stabbed a couple of times. Got whammied by some extraplanar entity.
Yeah, I did black out twice. Brought back some other blackout memories. Write those down too.
Right.
Oh,
Dying changes a man.
Did Skippy get like a while ago from studying in the library? You said that he was going to get some spells or new alchemical skills. I don't think I got those.
I've been thinking about this, and I think I got something pretty good. Still rattled around in my head, but Skippy learned about a very rare plant that exists that exists to the north. It's very rare because it grows. It grows in very cold places, like up in the mountains to the north.
Okay.
And the rumor that you read that this plant, it's you found this super old book, and it, you're reading through all these different things, and you come across this plant. This plant is supposed to have some fairly potent magical properties that can be drawn forth through different alchemical means. It's supposed to be super hard to get. You read a couple of different accounts that one said that it was guarded by an enormous white dragon. The place where this one account said it was guarded by a dragon. Another account said that it was guarded by a tribe of mountain dwarves that lived far to the north, that held this thing as sacred, this plant as sacred.
Oh, we definitely got to
Okay.
steal it now.
Yeah.
Another account.
Are we gonna set up a trading route while we're there?
Another account said that it was actually guarded. It was actually guarded by a celestial being, and that this plant was fairly holy. But the properties of it, everything you read said it could range from eternal life to being able to make fire that can never be extinguished. Just all sorts of properties that this plant is supposed to have. And so you don't know, you're fairly certain that the thing does exist, but what it does or what may be guarding it, there were so many different accounts, and all of them were, seemed just as likely as the others.
Were there any like names from the accounts, like any authors from that would be like, that I would think would be worth kind of keeping a note of in case I could ask the others?
You're fairly, given the age of this book, you're fairly certain that all of them are dead.
Okay, even though I found out
these
like
writings
100 years old or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Felix. Yeah, Felix is old, but you don't think. I mean, I can make up some names later if you really want. But I mean, this book was written a very long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Bob the Second, Bob the Third, Bob the Fourth.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna need some cold weather training.
Yeah, I missed the cold.
For a trip to the 8th circle of hell. It's not warm.
Oh, it's endothermic.
Yeah, you may have noticed how everything keeps freezing over whenever he grabs a soul.
Oh, yeah. Cool. How
There's a subtle hint.
insulating
You've got to read between the lines.
How insulating is dragon armor? Can I get like fur lining on the inside of the dragon armor? I guess I can customize
sure.
it, right? Yeah, cool. Okay, so Skippy's.
You got to kill a furry animal too.
I'll ask Boomer. Make sure it's not a bear. So Skippy will probably wake up, have start off by like, I probably should spend some time making some more potions. I know like my healing, I was a bit low on getting a bit low on healing potions and poison as well. So I would like open up my bag and start looking around, but then I would find these 2 scrolls and be like, what's this?
Yeah.
And so I will take a look. But I think I would like after the chat with Felix last night. I think I'm going to be super skeptical about any like reading stuff I don't understand. So I would like carefully look at it. Yeah.
So
That's why I don't read.
It can't hurt you.
Dangerous. Yeah. You see there's a couple of scrolls in there. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, I rolled a 19, 23.
Nice. So you're looking at the two scrolls, and you've done some reading. You're obviously alchemically gifted. You have some idea about magic and whatnot. You see that one of the scrolls that you look at is a scroll of telepathic bond. And then give me an Arcana check for the second one.
Ooh, 22.
Nice.
Yep. That one looks like it's a scroll of protection from fiends.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. Yeah. How does it work with scrolls? Is it like one-time use kind of thing?
So it is, so it's a one-time use. However, had you someone in your party who is magically inclined, they could actually take the scrolls and copy them and add that to their spell list.
Okay. Does Skippy know that?
What's up?
Would I know that? Like, would I know if I mentioned?
You would definitely know that these are. You would definitely know that these are spells. And you've seen Felix carry around his big book of spells.
Okay.
You would see that. You're like, oh yeah, these are written in, like, you don't understand you couldn't learn the spell. Like, you're looking at it going, I don't know, man, this is some wizard shit. However, you do know that you can use the scroll. I think that's how scrolls work, right?
If they can read it, I believe
scroll.
they can cast it, but then it disappears.
Yeah, and it just disappears. Yeah.
So you should let Felix copy it before it disappears.
I would. I'd probably be pretty excited. I think they sound kind of cool. So I reckon I would. Is anyone else awake yet? Because I would.
Is anyone trying to wake up early, or are we all just kind of like coming out at the same time?
No, it's like no alarms, man.
No, Boomer's sleeping in.
I think Nico may be unwillingly sleeping in.
Felix will kind of come to the mess hall or whatever with the Geshing's book open and trying to refresh on that.
Because I definitely, like, at this point would go up to the mess hall and be like, hey, look what I found. Morning. Like, relentlessly full of energy before breakfast.
I like you seem relentlessly.
You seem quite alive, Skippy.
Yeah, I had a nice sleep. No one shit in my barrel. Today's looking good.
See why I keep a lock on my door?
It's always a nice greeting from a necromancer in the morning. You seem quite alive.
Hey Felix, from this gold temple thingy, the gold pile, I found these scrolls. Do you wanna have a look?
Sure. Have you looked over them already?
Yeah, I took a look. I think one of them is some telepathic bond thing, and another one is a protection scroll. If I'm right, I mean, you know better than me, but I can't read them. But...
The telepathic one, I'll take a look, but I believe Gaston would be better suited to look at that one.
Cool. Okay. Have you seen him?
I assume he's still in his cabin.
Okay. Then yeah, here's the one. I think, at least I think it's the right way around. Check it first. Like, they look kind of similar to me.
Oh no. All right, so I guess I'll look over it as well.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Skippy. Yeah, so you can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Never mind.
All right, so the telepath isn't necessarily my field of study, but hand that one off to Gaston.
Bond's still a wizard spell, though.
Hmm?
I don't think it's a clerical spell.
Hmm.
Is it even a? I don't know.
Which spell? The telepathic bond one.
Yeah, isn't that a wizard spell?
It's a wizard spell, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was one that you made up, Ed. Sorry.
No. Yeah. So the scroll of telepathic bond you can copy. The scroll of protect. So Skippy, you can't use scroll of telepathic bond. That one is actually a spell scroll, but you can use scroll of protection.
Okay.
So the scroll with telepathic bond written on it is actually how to do the spell telepathic bond. But the scroll of protection you can use, like, and you can cast.
What does it do?
So using an action to read the scroll encloses you in an invisible barrier that extends from you to form a 5-foot radius, 10-foot high cylinder. For 5 minutes, this barrier prevents creatures of a specified type, in this case fiends, from entering or affecting anything within the cylinder.
Cool.
The cylinder moves with you.
I totally thought you were going to say protection from Felix when I heard you start with an F. Like, oh, great. Oh, okay.
I see how it is.
It's almost like somebody there was preparing for what's happening to the north.
Scroll. Is
All
it
right,
scroll of protection? Is that the right
Scroll
one?
of protection. Here, I'll add it to your sheet.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right, well, Skippy, if you'd like, or if you're okay with it, I'd like to hold on to these to jot them down first, and then I can.
You can only copy the one. The protection one you can't.
Oh, okay, great. I guess I'll hold on to the telepath one.
Yeah, that's fine. But I will. Yeah, I'll take the protection one then. Sounds like it could be kind of handy.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess at this point, so while you two are talking, Nico will kind of like, you'll hear like a clattering from the other side of the room as Nico kind of sort of rummages around looking for like a wine bottle, and it's like, just like smash the neck off the bottle, like with my sword ready, like.
Rough night there, Nico.
Just give me a minute. Just sort of drink the bottle.
Seems like you only needed about 15 seconds.
And then I'll kind of look at it suspiciously and then sort of throw it out the window.
I imagine behind Nico, after he's done this, in walks Boomer, all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, like, ah! Oh, that was a great sleep.
Can we just keep it down a bit?
How you doing there, Nico? Slap on the back.
Anyone want eggs? I'm gonna start picking up some potions, but I can also I can do eggs and potions at the same time.
Yes, eggs and bacon.
I could actually use a really good breakfast, please.
Everything Skippy makes has like a little bit of a spicy kind of undertone.
Hey, Nico, how's your sister doing?
She's still asleep. I think she's had a rough time. I hope she'll be okay.
Does she need any healing?
She probably will, I guess. She seems to be resting pretty peacefully. I don't want to disturb her.
Well, you got 3 people on the ship that could heal her if you need it.
I think I might ask
could do
Gaston
next level of
first.
training. Administration of potions without waking the victim. I mean, the patient.
Oh, yeah, no, that's...
Oh,
I'm
no,
all for the challenge.
There was some magical stuff down there. I think Gaston should take a look at her first, just to make sure there's. Well, you know, there was that weird tentacle-faced magic guy.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, I didn't like that thing.
No,
I don't think I saw that thing.
yeah, bad vibes from that guy. But
Yeah.
So,
anyway,
what's our plan? Now we getting the going back.
well, I think
Reinforcements.
we need to.
We lost him.
Well, I need to. Who have we lost? Oh, we lost.
Lost Rob.
Lost Rob. I need to
Said
make
something was crashing outside his house.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Nico.
I need to make a stop to the Zentarum and let them know the marked that we took care of the marked.
Oh, you mean we need to make a... Well, I need to pick up my shoulder pad, too, from the blacksmith and my throwing axes.
Oh, is my cage ready?
Pay him too.
What's up?
My little silver cage.
Yeah, your
Cage will be ready.
Yeah, let's do all those things.
I guess we got some errands to run, and then someone said something about a dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah, dragons like loot, right? Dragons like gold, so I'm thinking this could work out pretty nicely.
Well, you got yourself 2 dragon killing experts, right, Nico?
That's right.
You died.
What a
I sacrificed myself so that you could land the killing blow, Boomer. You're right. You're welcome. I got that dragon right where you needed it.
I mean, I guess my memory must be kind of fuzzy because I don't remember it happening that way. But hey, you know what? Breakfast. That's what we're gonna kill first.
Eggs are coming.
Yeah. Oh, Felix. I found this page in the base, but I think it's kind of a bit weird. Just you might want to take care while looking at. Can you see what this thing is?
Everyone's giving me papers this morning.
Yeah, just it might screw your head up a bit. It kind of hurts to look at it.
I could have used some papers last night.
Still hear the next
on account of the shit.
All right.
Is the book that Gaston gave you short a few pages?
It probably is, honestly.
Gross.
Just from the back. Yeah, just the ones that didn't look very important.
Right. No, this is just the cover page. This one just has the copyright information.
Yeah, this one just had like lots of little wiggly lines on it, no pictures or anything.
No pictures.
Probably not important.
I'll start a detect magic ritual before I read the dangerous paper Nico handed to me.
So when you get a glance at it, Felix, because you read Abyssal, don't you? Or Infernal?
I do read Infernal.
Yeah. So when you take a look at it, some of the scratchings look fine to you. You can read them just fine. Some of the bits that are crossed out, so you recognize that the page that you have, some of it is written in common, but the words are infernal.
Okay.
And some of the text, some of the text on the side is actually in infernal, and it's corrections to the main text of the page. Give me an Arcana check.
Can I cast
is
my
a-
ritual first?
Oh yeah, you can cast ritual first if you like.
So
Alright.
this is a page
What-
written in infernal hooked on phonics style.
No. It's not correcting the grammar. It's correcting the facts. So when you read it, Felix, you realize that it's infernal and it's information about demons
Okay.
and how to bind them, destroy them, and banish them.
Did you still want me to roll?
That could be handy.
Could be handy.
What ritual were you casting?
Detect magic.
Yep, go ahead.
So does that give me advantage?
Yeah, that will give you advantage. Go ahead and give me that Arcana check with advantage.
There we go.
Nice.
Whoa.
26.
Right. So with that roll, so there's a few things that you notice with the ritual active. One thing that you notice is that so what this we read. So you read the page with the ritual active, and you notice that there are you see the remnants of some spells of protection and whatnot on this page, but obviously the page has been ripped out. You can tell that this page, were it to find the main book that it came from, the main text, you could reattach this page. Like you can see there's magic faintly glowing on the edges of the page. You also see that there some of the scribbles, some of the things have been crossed out. You can't read. Those are written in abyssal,
Okay.
not in infernal.
Is Gaston up? Yep. Are you there, Rob?
I was on mute. Sorry. Yes, Gaston is up. Sorry, I had pithy things to say, all on mute.
All right.
I full on Nico'd out there.
I'll offer up the page, and I'll warn him that it's written in infernal, so he may want to do some juju magic on it himself to make it
Comprehend
comprehensible.
languages. Cast comprehend
So
languages
you
and then read
cast
it.
comprehend. Yep. So you read. So you can see that. You can read that a lot of the stuff that's written in abyssal. It's a bunch of blasphemies and some really, really horrible shit. A lot of stuff about chaos and the corners in time and blah blah blah. Like it's some real bonkers batshit stuff that has been graffitied over this thing. Gaston, go ahead and give me a religion check.
This has not been going well for me today. Can I do Arcana?
This one's religion.
Okay. Yeah. That one's actually pretty spectacular.
There you go. So
Nice.
Gaston, you after looking at this page. Oh, and Felix, with your ritual active, you realize that this page that you're holding, the page that you have, is not just a page with text on it. The original text, not the scrawled stuff in the margin, but the original text. Not only does it talk about all the different layers of the abyss and details about different demons, and you can see it's like just there's only fragments and stuff that you can read, but the page itself actually acts as a prison that you can
Ooh.
bind demons into, but it's broken because it's been separated, it's been torn away and sort of blasphemed on away from the main text.
Do I think that each page would be like a cell or something in the prison, or
Yes.
okay?
Gaston, you with that religion roll, you have actually heard of a book like this. You've heard tale of a book like this.
I imagine we're sharing notes back and forth.
Yeah. You're sort of, you're Gaston. You're looking at this book. Comprehend languages up. You're sort of reading the page on the text. Felix is saying, yeah, actually did a ritual on that thing. It looks like a prison.
Here, slap comprehend languages on Felix too.
Big brain
so,
connection.
Yeah,
Oh.
so Felix, you're looking at the whole thing. You guys are sort of comparing notes. Gaston, you realize that this might be a page out of the Demonomicon of Igwivel.
Should I roll religion too?
You can. You'd have to roll pretty high. There
25?
you go. Yeah. So you don't know the name of it. You have heard of in your, sort of in the cult of Osiris, they've talked about that that you didn't know the name of it, but you had heard of a book that was written, and the purpose of this book, the whole point of it, was to banish demons. It is to educate, and so the demons of the abyss do not like this book being out. They don't actually want anyone to get their grubby little hands on this book or read it, because it talks about how to send denizens of the abyss back to the abyss, or to bind them within the book, to capture and bind them within the book.
We got to find the rest of this book.
So you think? So what you think? So you like this? Do you want to? Yeah, I'd be willing to, exchange it with you for, if you've got something that I want, you can keep that. You can keep hold of it.
This will help get rid of some of the demons and stuff surrounding your pleasure palace.
So you do want it?
You want me to want it?
See, I've been in the sales game a long time. I've been in the sales game a long time, Felix. I think you could. I'd be willing to sell it to you.
Oh man, yeah. Skippy is just like, what? Like I just gave him the like, what do you? Maybe. Okay.
Would you like to read it to me, Nico?
I'm just gonna make eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a read. Yeah, sure. I can read it.
No, don't do that, Nico. You'll hurt yourself.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, there, Nico. If you're going to attempt to read it, if you're going
I'll mage hand like right in front of the page.
So you say, I'll read it. I can read it. I'll read it later. I'll just sort of roll it up and put it back in my pocket. That's fine. You don't want it? That's fine.
You should give them the party member discount.
I wasn't going to ask much for it,
Tell you what, Nico, I'll let you have the book when it's done. What do you say, Gaston?
Well, as long as I can read it first, make a copy.
What book? What book?
So this page is part of a whole book. Each page is a prison. To the the abyss.
Demonomicon of Igwilv. Igwilv. Oh,
I'm sure you've heard of them.
I wrote that wrong.
Yeah,
Nico?
sure. Let's see if I've heard of that. Will that be Arcana or History, or what would that be?
Bluff.
Yeah, you would never have heard of this.
Just in case,
That's bad.
in case it managed to crit on something.
If you can roll me a 35 Arcana, I will say that Nico has heard of this.
Deception.
Oh, you can bluff to say that you heard it if you'd like, but yeah, Nico has never heard of this book.
I was you think it might be like a first edition or something, like, you know, something.
Yes, I think this would be a page from the first edition.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, okay. That sounds yeah. It could be a collector's item, I suppose. Yeah. Here. Okay. Yeah. You can take the page. All right. But I get the book when it's finished.
Do you want the book when it's finished? I don't want to be near the book when it's finished.
I thought. Is there something I should know about this book?
I told you each page is a prison.
Yeah. You told me it was valuable. Yeah.
You know what a prison is, right, Nico? I'm sure you're familiar with the insides.
I know what a prison is.
For demons.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not a
demons
demon,
are not known
so-
to be good people, so things dealing with demons is probably not good magic. And we've seen what happens when somebody picks up bad magic items.
They learn a cool new language.
They lose the ability to answer
And
direct
pick up
questions.
hitchhikers in their head and soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well,
do
no,
you
it
have a
seems-
way? Oh, go ahead, Nico. You were talking.
yeah, I'll take the book when it's done.
All right. Gaston, do you think you have a way to find the rest of the book using this page?
Well, using this page, I can definitely find a whole lot about it, but I'll have to look up like legend lore and that sort of thing to see if that will give me more information other than the fact that it had a cool history, but I don't know if it can help me find the rest of it.
No.
You might have to talk to the guy who found the page.
The guy who found the page was Nico.
Not that guy, the first guy.
Nico killed him, stabbed him in the face.
No, there was no one in the room where I found it.
Oh, I think then Boomer killed him. He was the big ogre.
Nico found this book in the treasure vault. Or he found
Oh,
the
so
page
we
in
need
the
to
treasure
talk
vault.
to the illithid dude.
Or Rosie.
I don't want to talk to him.
Send Boomer to talk to him.
Yeah, that's fine. He can when his intelligence is diminished, it's like having my strength diminished. It's not his strong suit.
Who am I talking to? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'm eating eggs.
Do you remember the tentacle guy when we saw Rosie?
I didn't meet him.
He was too busy killing the giant ogre guy.
I was too busy doing my job and doing it well.
You did a great job, Boomer.
I
thank
failed
you.
and let him escape. He's going to be a problem. Actually, he's probably going to be more of a problem for Nico. He called you out.
Yeah, he's got to join the line.
I was about to say it's suddenly getting crowded.
A few of them will probably kill each other while they're waiting to have a stab at me, I expect. That'll thin them out a bit.
Yes, and then only the strongest enemy will come and face us. Ha ha!
Exactly, Boomer. I'm feeling better already. Definitely not the wine.
Well, it sounds like we've all got some chores or errands to run, I guess.
Yes,
I'm gonna
let's get done with it.
I'm gonna get a plate of breakfast together and take it down for Rosie.
Okay.
I'll ask Nico if he wants Gaston to go down and see if she's healthy, hale, uncursed, unpoisoned, everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, Gaston, if you would. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna head down to talk to Rosie. Felix, you get a message from Abigail.
Oh, yay.
A message.
Hey,
a message, and so it appears. It doesn't just come into your head as everyone's sort of sitting around the table. This butterfly, this pink sparkly butterfly, like, and it's big, large butterfly, flaps into the room and hovers over the table in front of you. And the butterfly turns, and the form of the butterfly kind of dissolves into like a sort of a pink sparkly holographic image of Abigail, sort of hovering in front of you. And she goes, Felix, I have done some research, and I think there's something that we can do for Tanit. I think that there's something that would be very you'd be very interested to know. Some of the magic seems pretty complex, but I'd be willing to spend some time working with you to maybe learn it. And you can see that there's a little more of a pink blush, a little bit of a pink glow forms in the cheeks.
I'd love to spend some time working on you, with you.
And she says, well, anyway, just if you have time, please stop by the tower. I'd like to see you.
Can I talk back to it? Or
no? It seems like a message.
Do all of us hear this, or just?
Oh
Felix?
Yeah, no, everybody hears this. It sort of appears at the table. It appears at the table in front of Felix, and she says, I'd love for you to stop by so that I can see you to talk about the project. Of course,
all the Tanith crew going. Whoa!
I imagine Boomer has like a mouthful of eggs and is just like elbowing Skippy, like, hey.
Skippy would be there like, oh, I need to talk about the
That's what they're calling it these days.
I bet she's not going to dry dock you. You know what I'm saying?
he just wants the mast.
Yeah.
So the image of Abigail revolves. It begins to spin. It forms back into a butterfly. It briefly brushes your cheek, Felix. It sort of brushes your cheek as it flies out of the galley. There's a moment of silence.
Message.
There's a moment of silence, and then the crew of Tanith erupts in cheers, and there's a lot of clapping and cheering, and oh, that's it, Felix. Oh yeah, she wants. Hear that? She's interested in me mast.
Prepare to board, Felix?
Yeah. Just there's a lot of good natured ribbing from the crew.
Well, Tanith, it sounds like you're excited for me to talk about you.
Remember, he gets to see everything that happens on board, so he's hoping.
Right. Yeah.
Tell
her I'm all wood.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wood full of semen.
Yeah, that's true.
See if she'd like to climb me gangway.
If you want me to ask her.
Both puns.
Oh, Felix.
Felix sounds like she'd like to raise your mainsail, though. Hey, Felix.
Oh.
Goes, oh, I don't get it.
Sure.
Swashbuckle.
Yeah. How does the rest of the group there react to this message?
I guess I just left, right? So otherwise, I'd probably be joining in the good-hearted.
Talking with a mouthful of eggs.
Yeah, Gaston's down with Nico.
Very incoherent.
Yeah.
You know, lazy eyes looking this way. He's like,
yeah. Boomer, you every now and again you hear something like, you know, bear,
Yeah.
claws, like
Yeah.
just every now and then.
Kodiak.
You're not super sure exactly what he means, but you got a rough idea.
Mm-hmm.
Meow.
I think after like skipping around behind Felix, like, like yeah, so gonna go get some information, Felix, huh? Some find out about Tannis. Mm-hmm.
Abigail has been a great resource.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, I feel compelled to high five the ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, Tannis pops open a cupboard for you to high five. Yeah. The cupboard door pops out. You're like, woo! Yeah, you're gonna study your resources. Woo!
He's been learning all kinds of things. Awesome. Very good.
You're gonna give
Good
her
job,
your wand, Felix. Woo!
Staff. It's a staff.
Yeah. Right. Staff,
Oh, there's
yeah.
a wand too. A
There's
wand of magic
too.
missile.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wand of magic missile.
Seriously.
Tannis all mage hand.
This has all gone a bit Dr. Manhattan.
Go big, Felix. Go big.
Mage hand, the ultimate stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
Maybe, yeah. Skippy's all, yeah. You can do that enlarge thing on you, right? Yeah. Felix is all. Oh, I think she probably knows how to cast the enlarge spell. I bet she does.
Those are weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, like
What's the duration on it, Felix? What's the duration?
I feel all of you are greatly like underestimating her ability to cast spells. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're like, well, she's part of the black staff. Oh, black staff.
Once you go back, staff, you don't go back.
Create water, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's just Felix. Everything Felix says, it's all double entendres all the way. Skippy and Tannis and Boomer are just having a great time with this, and Felix is a little perplexed, like just a little perplexed by the. Well, she's probably quite proficient in. I bet she's good at this spell work. Knows her way around a magic staff, and you're like, oh, well, she probably handled one or two. I bet she has.
Probably two at the same time, like in each hand.
She could probably handle
I bet
a
she's
staff
been trained how to
handle on.
polish a staff right nice.
I imagine with Boomer, like, you know, laughing and having a mouthful of eggs and stuff, and, you know, trying to talk. A few times he almost chokes to death. So
a cupboard swings out and slams you on the back, Boomer, a couple of times. Whack, 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 whack.
Makes
Sure,
room for more
funny.
eggs.
Skippy's just got a constant supply of eggs, just like whenever Boomer spits them out, just like slap a couple more on the plate for him.
I also imagine Skippy the whole time. Skippy's kind of like hopping around and like just kind of like just making jokes and just up on the table.
I've got my cloak on, by the way. Just
Oh yeah.
still
yeah.
billowing. Yeah.
Is it an
Yeah, the
apron
close-
right now while you're making the eggs?
Yeah, I have it round the front for the eggs, and then chuck it round the
Apron
back
of-
for when I'm
apron
done.
of
It goes
billowing.
around the back and it becomes an apron, and then it goes around the back, but it's a billowing apron.
Yeah.
And Skippy uses it billowing in the front, to great comic effect. And she's like,
Oh, yeah.
everyone laughs. The boat laughs. The barbarian laughs. The wizard dies a little inside.
Felix laughs, not sure why.
Yeah, if you just ha 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 ha. Felix was cloistered for a long time. Real shelter. Didn't get out much. All right, so you guys are down visiting Rosie. So Gaston, go ahead and give me. You get down there and you see she's in a pretty bad state. She's still sleeping, but you can see that she jerks in her sleep. Her face kind of tightens. You can see like her hands contract. Every now and again, you see like a tear will just leak out of her closed eye, and her eyes are rapidly moving. And she says every now and again, you'll catch she says a word in her sleep, and she oscillates back and forth between sort of fear and speaking in what you would say is an adult voice, going back, and then she sometimes speaks in like this little girl voice, but it doesn't sound particularly distressed. Gaston, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
All right. So before I do medicine, one of the spells I prepared for the day is detect poison and disease.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pop that off.
So you cast that. You notice that there is, we'll say that this picks it up. You detect in her head there is this like a parasite in her head, but it isn't. Something seems to be wrong with the parasite. Like the parasite doesn't seem to be healthy.
Well, it's in a Costco.
Probably poisoned.
Yeah.
Spiritual diseases.
Pickles.
Spiritually transmitted diseases.
So to remove parasites, would that
out
be
of games? Burn her. Out of game. Burn her.
would that be like a greater restoration or something to remove something like that? Or
you think greater restoration would probably expel something like that? Yeah.
No fire on the boat.
Can't
pop
be
off a greater
sure.
restoration?
You cast greater restoration,
Well,
and
I guess before he casts it, Nico would be like, "What? What are you doing? Like, what's wrong with her?" Yeah.
She's got a parasite in her brain. This should probably fix it.
You sure you can fix it? You sure it's safe? It's not going to like hurt her or anything.
It should be fine. This is totally fine. I've done this.
Should be fine.
Yes,
Should be fine.
I've done something similar once to a dog.
You've done this before, right? Totally. Never on a human. Anyway, let's get cracking.
And the dog lived happily for 18, 19 minutes.
Great. Well, yeah, let's get that thing out of her head.
I guess do you cast Greater Restoration?
I do.
So you cast Greater Restoration on her. The ethereal book folds open in front of you, flips through a bunch of pages. It comes to a page on brain parasites. You guest on only guest on you can read this. Obviously, Nico just sees a bunch of flashing lights. You look down. You know the magic to cast by looking at the this book provided for you by Ogma. You reach your hand out and extend Ogma's grace onto this poor woman. Immediately, she sits bolt upright in the bed and begins to scream. Blood starts pouring down from her nose, and she's screaming and thrashing. And then you see this purple slug-looking thing force its way out of her nose, and it's like bulge. You see her nostril like kind of bulge out. Her blood runs down from her right eye, and this thing sort of splurts out of her nose in a spray of blood and mucus.
Yeah, you should kill that.
I would immediately stamp on that or crush it or something.
We all hear this, right? Her screaming on the boat.
You can hear her screaming, yeah. And as soon as it comes out of her head, she falls limply back onto the bed. Nico, you stamp on the little slug thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bring your boot heel down on it and crush it. And it
several times
sort of bursts with this purple and green burst. And yeah, you ground it into the deck of the boat, and you hear Tans go, "Ah!"
Gaston, help her! I'll be like grabbing her, like, Rosie,
this is fine. It's totally normal. I've seen this before.
So with that 12, Gaston, you reach out and check her. Her vitals are weak but steady. But she does appear to be resting more comfortably. Like you don't see her, you don't see her tensing up anymore, or her eyes aren't flicking rapidly back and forth in her eyelids,
right.
And she looks to be resting a little more comfortably. But she
Excellent.
does look
now for
a big
insanity.
thing just came out of her face.
For the crazy talk that she was doing with the multiple voices, would the big H heal fix the craziness?
Probably not.
What fixes crazy? I mean, other than chocolate.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can do for crazy, magically speaking.
So as soon as I heard screaming, I'll message to Nico, like, everything all right?
Everything good?
There's a parasite in her brain. Jesus.
Ew.
I think we're good. I think she seems better now.
Look at Felix and.
Yeah, if the big H isn't going to heal crazy, I'll just toss her off a 4-die cure wounds to make her rest better and feel healthy. But if the big H will fix insanity, or if maybe a greater restoration might fix insanity, because greater restoration is supposed to undo a debilitating effect.
Hold on.
I figured it was.
I take that back. Yeah, greater restoration. Greater restoration can repair. It can repair parts of her mind.
All right, so I'll go ahead and give her a 22 points of basic healing.
Yep.
And then give her another greater restoration.
Yep. So yeah, you hit her with greater restoration. Again, the book sort of flops open to you. This time, it flips to a page, and you see there's a guy with like a beard and a pipe, and it's
talking me about your motherboard.
Right. Talks about all sorts of psychology and whatnot. You cast greater restoration on her, as well with the healing spell. You kind of intermingle those two together, and you are able to repair the damage that was done in her the damage that was done in her mind by the parasite. But while you're in there, you see that there is longer term damage that has been done to her brain. Like her brain Well, give me a medicine. Give me another medicine check while you're in there.
I'll tell Boomer about parasite being
With
in.
advantage. Medicine check with advantage since you're magically in there.
Okay.
Isn't he still tired though?
Who?
Gaston?
Me. Yep, I still have 1 round of
There's the regular roll then, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, just that then.
okay.
Great.
Yep.
Perfect. Fucking perfect. Yeah. So you, Gaston, you can see that there is what looks like is scars from older trauma. And you're not sure, that's sort of just how her brain has kind of formed, and you're not sure if there's anything you can do about that.
Well, I'll toss a big H on her just to see.
Okay.
And if that doesn't do it, then there's really nothing I can do other than recommend a place that has warm beds and fluffy animals.
Right. Yeah. So you throw the big heal on her. Her physical appearance is greatly improved. You can see her face no longer looks sort of wan and pinched. The health looks like, health sort of returns to her. She definitely, you definitely think she's probably going to be hungry as hell when she wakes up. But you can now see that she is resting extremely comfortable. Gaston, that damage that was on her brain, it looks like you've done something to improve it, but it doesn't look right, but you're not sure if there's anything you can do.
Maybe I'll go hit up the temple later today and see if anybody has any knowledge.
Okay.
You think they can help her? Is she?
Well, the worst that'll happen is they'll say no.
Okay, I don't know how I can thank you for this, Gaston. I mean, I know you like books, but the only book I've got has got a bunch of names in it from Strahd's castle. I don't know if you want that.
Oh yeah, I'd love that book.
Okay.
Knowledge is knowledge.
And
Schoolhouse Rock.
Is that the tome? Is that the Tome of Strahd?
It's not no, I didn't have that.
Or his diary.
It's his. Yeah, it was from. What was it? I think it was from his assistant. There was a book of
the
of
elf
names
guy.
and the dark elf guy.
Fuck that guy.
He had a book of he had like a book of names and
Yeah.
other notes.
Yeah, it was basically
book, right?
It was it sort of detailed the it was long. It was quite a detailed history of the political factions that had been in the valley and the different people that had wronged Strahd.
It was like his J. Edgar Hoover files,
right?
Basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, if you find this of value, then it's yours. Please take it.
Excellent, and that'll be 2,800 gold. To be
That's
donated
not in my
upon your leisure to the
HMO.
Temple of Ogma.
2,800 gold.
Yes, and that's with the friends and family discount.
Nico's a goddamn PPOs.
Outside a network.
Yeah, fucking out of network. God damn it.
Where's the healer from the Raven Lady?
So I'll go ahead and ask Nico what the parasite looked like too.
Kind of a purple thing.
So
Draw a
looking
picture of a
purple thing.
splat with a footprint in the middle of it.
Now
It looks
it's
something like this.
Now thoroughly squashed.
So what he describes to you, Felix, what he's able to describe to you is eerily similar to what you left in the jar.
Yeah.
You left it behind.
Oh yeah. I'm worried that I'm. Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta go. You go. Oh, I'm sure those two things are unrelated.
I mean, taking it, I don't think would have been a good idea either. But
You know what? I'm sure that nothing will come of it being left down in a sewer where monsters were being experimented on and magic was
So-
grown.
What does a mind flayer Hydra look like?
Well, it wasn't a mind flayer Hydra. It was a Hydra. It was a Hydra that had been genetically altered. Not necessarily mind flayer wise, but just to make it a little more terrifying.
That was then. This is now.
Yeah.
All right, so we gonna do our errands?
Gaston, would you stay with her until I get back? I don't really want her left on her own.
Sure. I'll put my feet up and start reading a book. Someone just gave me a special one.
All right. So, where is everyone off to?
Quick question on spell copying. Does it have to be all in one go, or can I break it up?
I don't. Does it say that it has to be all in one go?
It just says it takes X amount of hours.
Yeah. It's X amount of gold and X amount of hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it has to be. I don't think it has to be all in one go.
Okay.
And like, unless it says it, then I think you can split that up over.
Okay. Just kind of
Couple of
as
sets.
I have free time waiting or something, I'll just do an hour here, hour there. It'll take me 10 hours to get that telepathic bond and
Yep.
250 gold.
Okay.
I imagine Boomer and Skippy are headed to the blacksmith at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. Skippy wants to also get some time to make some more potions.
Okay. You need to buy some ingredients there, Skippy.
Okay. Then I will
So
do
yeah,
that
you-
out
so yeah,
on
you-
the town. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's like 25 gold or so per healing potion, something like that.
Yeah, I think the poisons are also about. I think it's 50. For,
Yeah, so yeah, something like that. Yeah, so if you want to, replenish some stock and whatnot, you can
Yeah.
do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys are gonna head in. You're gonna head to get your shoulder pad.
Yeah, pad for
Boomer-
shoulder.
Right.
Are you gonna recognize the strength of the blacksmith again?
Man.
Well,
I
I
I'm
mean,
gonna be
this,
ready for it this time. I think
Well, I mean,
Skippy
this will
would
be the
probably
second
give
time we
Boomer
use
like
it.
a lot of. I'd give Boomer a lot of stuff to hold when we go into the blacksmith.
all right. Oh, I didn't think about this. I'm not going to be able to show him respect when I get in there. Oh, man.
You know what? You can just tell him. It'll have to do.
Yeah. I'll be heading to the Zentarum.
Okay.
I guess
Uh,
I'll see Abigail.
Way.
Yeah, you will.
Are we walking in
poor
the same
Felix.
direction? Because it would definitely like the whole time up until like Felix and Skippy and Boomer split pass, it would just continue to rinse him the whole way. Just like,
Yep.
oh yes,
Yeah,
we're
just
gonna go.
just nonstop.
Okay,
yeah.
that's
Yeah, that's poor Felix is like, I don't understand. Why do you keep doing this? Every
We've been
time
over
you
this. It's the boat.
Yeah. You're like, of course, of course I'd let her hold my staff if she asked. Like, I mean, I don't understand why you keep doing this.
Why does it need to be polished? Like it was just polished.
Yeah,
Why do you keep
like,
asking?
I polished it
Oh, poor
myself last
Felix.
night.
Won't need to be doing that anymore.
Well, I mean, you're a gentleman, Felix, and I get that, but just be wary, watch out for them teeth and
Like,
claws. And yeah. And, all right, we're gonna be going.
Why? She doesn't have claws? What?
Skippy goes, oh, you don't want to trim those nails just in case.
yeah.
Poor Felix. Poor
Picnic
Felix.
basket.
Right. Poor Felix. So he, all right. So you guys, you walk a ways. Nico's the first to split off, and then Boomer and Skippy split off, and then Felix continues to head into the city. All right. So we'll go with Nico first. So Nico, you head over to the Waterdeep Mercantile Limited.
Yep. Does anything look different from last time we were here?
Yeah, it's a little more crowded. There seems to be more people that are in black, wearing the sort of the black leathers of the Zentarum, that seem to be occupying the business, occupying the building. There's not quite as many as you would have expected, but there are definitely more. And you can see that all of them, none of them look unscathed. They definitely look like they fucking, looks like they've been having discussions with people.
Yeah, I'll tip my hat to them as I go in.
Yeah, you get some fairly hard looks as you're approaching the building, but as you approach, your forearm, you feel this warmth in your forearm, and you can feel like a resonance between you and the other members. And as you approach, and they feel it too, they kind of give you an odd look, because you're not wearing the uniform. You're obviously like a little more flamboyant than with the feathered hat and the eye patch and everything.
Yeah.
But they kind of part for you to they make way for you to get on the door.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go in and ask the person on the at the front. Say, I need to see Davil Starsong again. It's a matter of some urgency.
The person, the woman at the desk recognizes you instantly, and she says, Duke Casca, of course. I'll get Davil immediately. And she gets up from her desk and heads into a back room, and she returns, seconds later with Davil Starsong in tow. Nico.
Davil. I'll toss. I'll toss like 5 gold at the receptionist. Say, thanks for the good work. It must be tough to get good staff these days.
She bats the coin aside and gives you a very hard look. And
you don't reward good work here.
And you can see her, fingering a knife in its holster, and she looks and she goes, "I don't need your fucking charity."
Well, you had my respect.
And she goes,
shall we?
Money.
Yeah. And she goes, "Wow, I'll try not to lose any sleep tonight."
I'm sure. Good day.
I love like the vision of Nico, like that Nico has of himself. He's one of those guys that, he looks in the mirror and he's got just the fucking gut and everything, and he's like two sit-ups away from Mr. Universe. Like I am, like just winking a smile. Yeah, winking a smile, and everybody loves me and whatnot. He doesn't see the missing nose or the teeth, or I mean, just any, like, he looks at it and he's like, oh yeah, no, I should be wearing a Speedo. I should definitely be wearing a suit designed for Olympic competition. Like this is clearly. Anyway, yeah. So Davil kind of chuckles, and he makes sort of an ease back motion to the woman, like just. And he says, "Come with me to my office."
Yeah.
He leads you back, not to the room you were in before, but just back to his office in the back room.
Come with me if you
Nice.
want to live.
Yeah.
Uh,
Staff
and
are a
he
bit
says,
staff are a bit uptight around here, Davil. So what's the problem?
well,
Honestly.
everybody's coming down from our a little turf war with the Mark. Hey, he goes, where's the Mohawk guy? Boomer, right?
Ah, he had
Did he-
yes,
did
he
he
had some
make it?
errands. Yeah, he made it. He had some errands to run. Yeah, it turns out yeah, they were doing some weird shit down there in that place. All sorts of
What do you mean?
experiments on trolls. There was some kind of weird tentacled thing and a brain
Tentacle thing?
parasite. Yeah.
What?
Like, yeah. Some kind of tentacled spellcaster that disappeared. Yeah, we managed to take the leader of the Marked alive. And I found out, you're not going to believe this.
You have Rosalina Casca in custody?
Well, she's my sister, so
What?
I know.
I assumed it was just a common name here.
Who
She's
knew-
your
who-
sister?
I thought she was dead, but I guess greatness does run in the family veins. I guess so. I shouldn't be so surprised.
Wait,
Yeah, it
so
turns out-
your sister was the leader of the Marked?
She was, but she had this brain parasite. Yeah, we
What is she-
extracted her, and she was definitely trying to kill us until this brain parasite came out of her, and then that, like I say, the tentacle magicka disappeared, and the fight just seemed to go out of her, and then we had this brain parasite, and anyway, I think we're keeping an eye on her, but yeah, there seems to be more to this than meets the eye.
So is she still interested in running the streets of Waterdeep?
She's still unconscious, but I don't think she wanted to do any of that.
Huh.
I've seen a few fronts set up in my time, and this looked like a pretty good front for someone else.
Huh.
So
Do
I think
you think that they're still gonna try to move in? I mean, are the Mark finished? Is my question. I mean, it seems their leadership has been fairly scattered. They don't seem nearly as organized as they were. Some of them have just outright left.
Yeah, I think that organization, that the pawns are kind of leaderless now, but there's definitely, like I say, that guy. I really didn't like the way that guy looked at me. He knew my name. The magicka knew my name.
You said he had tentacles?
Yeah, kind of purplish, kind of tentacles on the face. I don't know. I didn't recognize him.
Huh. Huh. And she had a parasite.
Luckily, our cleric managed to get it out of her.
Okay. Well, I understand she's your sister, but the Zentarum kind of need to make an example.
I see.
We need we kind of need a head.
What about if we were to turn her? What about if she joined the Zentarum?
What if she joined the Zentarum?
Might
What
might provide some more meat for the grinder. Some of her recruits may still be loyal to her personally.
What if she joined the Zentarum? What if the Black Network was so powerful, so pervasive, that we actually recruited this rival gang, that we folded them into the Black Network?
Well, it would merely be them recognizing our obvious superiority. You understand?
Of course. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Not so bad.
16. Yeah. So Davil looks at you and he goes, your mind is a twisty place, Nico, but I'm glad you're on our side. All right.
As am I.
All right. Well, this changes a few things. So, so you say she's still unconscious. We need to recover, even if we have to set her up as just sort of a puppet, figurehead of some kind. That's fine. We really just need the word on the streets to be that the Zentarum are strong as ever. The Zentarum are in control. Nobody challenges our position. We are the Black Network, here, now, always. So let me know when she's up for it. Maybe you could talk to her, explain the situation. I'm sure you could work something out. You know, you say
she's my sister. I'm sure we'll be on the same page.
Good.
She won't disappoint us.
Good, because management doesn't like to be disappointed, if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand perfectly. Speaking of disappointment, and I'll kind of like look around. Are we safe to talk here?
He goes, yeah, just a minute. And he walks over to his desk, and there's this like a snow globe looking thing sitting on his desk, and he places his hand on it, and it glows like a faint orange color, and he slowly rotates it counterclockwise about 3/4 of a turn, kind of gives it a twist around, and you feel kind of a pressure in the room, like it suddenly sealed off, and so like your ears pop a little bit and you feel kind of a pressure, and suddenly it sounds really weird when you talk. It doesn't sound quite right. And he is, all right, there, we should be safe. You got about 15 minutes before that wears off.
Have you made any progress with what we discussed previously about corruption?
Yes, about that. There is, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're right. You are right. There is a faction moving within the Zentarum, and I don't know if they're moving to take over Waterdeep, if they're trying to usurp the Black Network. I don't know what their goals are, but there is definitely something rotten in our house.
Nico doesn't really care that much, but he'll make a show of caring a lot and sort of slam his fist down on this. Damn traitors!
Give me a performance check.
It's a 15.
Yeah. You managed to, Davil puts his hand on your shoulders and he says, "Don't worry, we're gonna root them out." You've impressed management, yourself and Boomer. You guys have impressed management. You're being promoted.
Does this mean Boomer and I can root out this corruption?
You're going to have some leeway to do just that. There's something in the Zentarum that is working against the Black Network, and the council is not pleased.
Can the council be trusted?
As far as I know, they haven't changed, and their goals still seem similar. I haven't noticed any aberrant behavior in them. I haven't noticed any sudden changes in direction for the network.
Okay.
But this faction that's moving within our organization, they've already started to cause trouble. They've already started to make deals with, and he kind of shakes his head. He says, "This is rumor, but they've started to make deals with the Xanathar to undermine our position here in Waterdeep."
We did see a beholder. We did see
what? When did you see a beholder?
There was a beholder at the slave camp where the Black Falcon made his glorious escape from battle. We chased him down, but obviously with the restrictions in place, there wasn't anything we could do, and he escaped. But we caught a glimpse. We caught a glimpse through the portal. You're muted, Boomer.
No, I know. I was trying not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
And so he looks and he says,
We.
"So you say Istrid might be in on this?"
Well, like we said before, Boomer is many things, and loyal is one of them. He has a strong sense of loyalty once he's formed a bond with our tribe. So I didn't take it very lightly when he even Boomer could see that this brother in arms was no brother of ours at all.
All right, look, you two are being promoted to the rank of Talon. Now, the Talons exist as sort of a internal check within the Zentarum. You're going to have a little more lateral movement than you had before. You'll be able to act in certain ways to deal with any sort of corruption you come across. So
I'm something of an expert in the subject.
He goes, excellent. Your work with the Marked has, as I said, it's gained notice, and the Zentarum will be internally grateful if you can get rid of this corruption for us. But of course, and he looks you right in the eye, he's dead serious about this. He says, there is no corruption within the Zentarum. The Black Network is as strong as it's ever been, right?
Well, of course. I mean, it just recruited its most powerful rival gang. Surely,
right.
The sign of a strong and united house.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Nico, now that we've freed up some resources here, I think we can send some people down to Phandalin and see if we can't get Halia out of the little jam she's found herself in. What do you think?
Excellent. Say we assemble the men. My companions have some tying up of loose ends to do. I'll speak to my sister. We'll restock the ship. I'll swing back past here later with Boomer. We'll pick up the recruits.
Perfect.
These are going to be good fighters, right?
The best. These are hardened men, named men.
They familiar with demons, magic?
The majority of them, yes. They've had to fight. They've had to eliminate or restrain or otherwise deal with casters, extraplanar beings, that sort of thing. Things that threatened our power base.
You trust them?
Yes, of course. These have bled for the Zentarum most of their lives.
Well, Davil, I say, it's been a pleasure. I expect it to continue that way. Now, this new rank, does this come with any kind of additional remuneration?
Yes. Of course. Same old Nico. He says, just a minute. First, let me address your standing. And he says, your forearm, if you please. Hold your forearm out. He reaches into a pocket inside of his jacket, and he pulls out this long, like raptor talon. And he says, "This is gonna hurt just a little bit."
Loyalty always does.
And he takes the raptor talon and he jams it into your forearm, and it like right on.
Can I make it look like it doesn't hurt?
Give me a first. Give me a Constitution check.
Saving throw check.
Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw. Yeah, I'm tough.
Yeah, and then give me with that roll. Give me a deception with advantage.
Crit.
Yeah.
32.
32. Yeah. So yeah, you know what? Your nerves actually lie to your brain. That's how deep the deception goes. Your nerves.
I'm just looking like dead in the eye, like don't even blink. Like
yeah, as you stick it in there, he gives a little smile and kind of he's looking at you with a whole sort of a whole new appraisal as he jams this talon thing into the mark. The mark flashes bright red and then green, and then he pulls it out, and you notice that the bottom like third of this thing is missing. It's gone. And when he pulls it out, when you look at your forearm briefly, you see the outline of that talon shape. Looks like it's been burned into your arm, and then it fades. and then it fades to nothing.
Yeah. Never felt so alive.
He says, "Good. All right, Nico.
Maybe you should just decept yourself drunk all the time."
He says, "Continue the good work." He says, "Let's have a drink on it. What do you say?"
Sounds perfect. While I'm here, there was one other thing. I've accumulated a few valuable items that it's come to my attention it may not be the best thing to carry them around with me all the time. Is there I presume the Zentarum has some form of credits that I can use these as collateral against?
Of course.
Excellent. Who should I speak to about setting that up?
He said, hold on.
Obviously, rooting out corruption can be an expensive business.
You would, and he says, well, the one you would normally talk to would be Istrid.
Well, I
But
guess.
I suspect you're gonna be having a conversation with him anyway. Perhaps this would give you a legitimate reason to talk to him.
Yes, I'm not sure how he's going to feel about seeing me again, but I guess he can't really move openly against us at this point.
Not without revealing himself.
But at the same time, I don't really want to. I don't really want to be funding an insurrection against the Zentarum either.
I wouldn't recommend giving him anything you want to see again.
Hmm.
He says, I
And
tell you what,
take
though.
Boomer.
He says, I tell you what, though. If you have some small items you'd like me to keep safe for you, I can hang on to them.
Certainly, I have. Well, I suppose I could. Yeah, there's a
And he
few
said-
items that I have some that have accumulated some sentimental value for me.
And he says, of course, and he says, and of course, if you need anything cleaned and redistributed, the Zentarum, of course, offers those services to you.
Excellent. Yes, I think I'll make use of those services. Yeah, so I'll let's see. Yeah, I've got like I don't know. We can do this in like
Yeah, that's fine.
text in a minute, I guess. Just
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, the Zentarum offers like a full fencing service and any sort of like laundering that you need done. Like they've got a whole network.
Yeah.
You can make use of.
Yeah. So, well,
all right.
Yep.
So he tells me, so he pours like a 30-year whiskey for you. You know, like a decent pour. And he passes you the bottle.
Yeah.
And he says, rank has
like
its privileges.
It's like you've known me my whole life. Cheers.
Clinks glasses and he says, good hunting, Nico. Do us proud.
Always.
Oh, and tell Boomer when you stop by, I need to make an adjustment to his rank as well.
Mm-hmm. We'll when we come back to pick up the men, we'll why don't we do it in front of the men? Just so they know who they're dealing with.
He says, well, the Talon wouldn't be very effective if they were known.
Oh, I see. Yes, you're right. I suppose we should we'll keep that between us. Boomer and I will be back when we come to pick up the men.
Perfect. All right, Nico. We'll see you in a few days. Good hunting, sir. All right. So yeah, you take off with your new rank in tow. All right, Boomer and Skippy, you guys are heading to the blacksmith shop. Yeah. So you walk into the blacksmith shop, and he has, the mural. Boomer, you see the mural of Skippy, which is a new addition since the last time you were there. Skippy's in a heroic pose, cloak billowing, very heroically and intelligently behind her.
Hey. That looks like you.
Yeah.
That frog looks like you.
It is me, Boom. It is me.
Oh.
Remember?
Wow.
The famous Grum, remember?
Oh, wow. I'm with a celebrity.
The blacksmith is busy working behind the counter. Again, it's in complete silence when you walk in. He's pounding away with hammer and anvil, but you hear nothing in the shop.
I'm gonna give Boomer my bedroll and some clothes and like a few things. Just
you've got all the supplies you bought from the alchemist shop. That's what you know. Here, hold this.
Just hold this for a minute, Boomer. Then
I'll
give the bell a little ring.
Yeah, you pull on the little cord. You see his head pop up. He turns around and looks, and he waves at you, and he puts down his hammer, puts his hammer down on the anvil, places his hand on a small rune. And then when he does that, you can hear some of the sound of the forge behind him, and he walks over. He says, "Ah, Skippy, I have to tell you that Muriel has gotten a lot of compliments. A lot of people have noticed. You know, I have become the official armorer of Waterdeep Grung. You're the
Excellent.
only one, but it's gotten me a lot of other custom, I have to say. Thank you so much.
I'm very, very glad to hear that. Thank you.
How's the armor holding up?" Ooh, and he kind of looks at it, he goes, "Oh, looks like that armor's had a little bit of use."
Yeah,
Did you get hit with an axe?
oh, it's already done me proud. But maybe you can, like, since it's a little bit bashed out of shape, could you adjust it a little for me?
Yeah. Hand it here. And he helps you kind of take the straps off. He says, "Yeah, just 1 second." He takes it, and he goes, "This looks like it looks like a massive axe hit this." And it, he kind of, turns, he says, "I mean, this was a huge axe, and it looks like it hit from up high." And he kind of looks over at Boomer, and he goes, "Hi."
That can't be.
We may have had a slight misunderstanding.
No. No.
He leans over to you, Skippy, and he goes, "Are you okay? Do you need me to call the city watch?"
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is just fine.
He says,
You know, that's what all the battered grungs say.
right. He says, "You're sure?" You're sure
yeah. Oh yeah. It's just something that happens every now and again. Nothing to worry about.
What?
Every now and
Oh.
again.
He goes, "Well,
Butterfly?
yeah, the hill he goes, the hill tribes can be a little unstable from what I understand. If you
Hashtag
need-
not all hill tribes.
If you need any help, just know that I'm a friend." And
I can fucking hear you both from here, you know.
and he says, "Good." So
I was fucking charmed.
It was. But it
He's
wasn't
a
in his right
magic.
mind.
I'm not. This isn't an abusive relationship.
And Skippy, he gives you a very hard look. And Skippy, he looks at you and gives you, kind of a, not quite pity, but definitely a, sort of a sorrowful look. And he, kind of nods in understanding. And he takes your armor and he says, I'll buff out the physical damage."
Oh, fuck you.
And he takes it back and he does a little work and he mends the dents and he buffs things out. And he takes it back over to brings it back over to you, Skippy, and he says, I'll help you on with this. We want to make sure you're safe." And he gives another look over at Boomer. And then
no disrespect to Skippy, not my type. And no.
He adjusts the armor on you, Skippy. He says, "I've done what I can."
Oh, this fucking.
And then he looks at you, Boomer, and he says, "Oh, I guess you'll want this." And he kind of tosses the shoulder pauldron at you, and he goes, "Here."
Don't drop my supplies, Boomer. I'll go.
Please don't drop my
I'll take
supplies.
the.
You start spreading rumors.
I
And
didn't
shit
spread any
like
rumors.
this happens.
No rumors.
With this,
I said it
this
wasn't. It's not what it
fucking
looks
no
like.
strength dwarf.
It's
I don't respect nothing of you.
just made you a nice shoulder pad.
I need to see it, but I have shit in my hand.
And he goes, "Well, I would expect the hill tribes not. I'd expect the hill tribes not to know the difference between their hand and a hole in the ground. So I'm not surprised you have shit on your hand.
I'd be insulted by that, but I don't know what it means.
And he goes, "Well, there's the helmet you had me fit into a shoulder pad. And you just go ahead and take it and go."
Throwing axes also.
Oh, I don't know if I should trust you with these. And he looks at you, Skippy. He says, would it be all right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
He goes, well,
there's no problem.
And he has this bundle of and they're very well made. He takes one out and he sort of shows you, Skippy. He says, they're very well made. You can see. And he says, he wraps it back in the bundle and he hands it to you, Skippy. And he says, well, you can do with these what you think is right.
I have a look at them. I'm like, I can't carry that shit. Boomer. Yeah. These look good, Boomer. Definitely.
Oh, do they? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you safe, Skippy? Are you in a safe place? You know, because those fucking hill tribes. Oh.
And he says, "Look,
Boomer, are you a bit hungry, Boomer? You want to have a snack?
You know what? I could eat. I could definitely eat.
I was about to say, you're beginning to sound a little angry.
I'm a little. I might be hangry. I apologize.
Grab a Snickers.
Maybe I'm looking into things that aren't
when you're
there,
hungry.
and to be fair, I don't know a lot of customs, and so.
Well,
I think we may...
one custom that we have is not to hit our friends.
To be fair, though, in Boomer's defense, I did shoot him with an arrow, and
I don't think you're helping anything.
He looks at you. He looks at you. He goes, "You don't have to defend him."
Motherfucker!
It's not your fault. And he grabs both of your hands, Skippy, and he looks in your eyes and he goes, "It's not your fault."
I'm gonna strangle him. I'm gonna choke this fucking dwarf to death. Oh, what happened to him, officers? I don't know. I found him like that. His neck all concave.
Slipped and fell and choked himself to death.
Must have fallen down the stairs.
How much do we owe you for all of this fine work, Master Dwarf?
He looks at you and says, "For the repair for the armor, nothing." And then he looks over at you, Boomer. He looks over at you, Boomer. He says, "That'll be 200 gold."
All right, pay the man, Skippy.
Hey, you have the blacksmith money, Boomer.
All right, I just don't know denominations.
Hey, I can get show
Ones
me
that
your
look gold
show
are
me
made
the
of gold.
purse. I'll get out what we need.
Show me your coin purse.
And the blacksmith, the whole time, the blacksmith is looking just with a pitying look, like,
hey,
just.
Judgy dwarf.
And so, yeah, you pay him the 200 gold for the throwing axe. So Boomer, he made you 6 throwing axes, and the custom shoulder pauldron. And the pauldron actually looks really good. You can see the face guard of the helmet is in this shoulder pauldron for you on the surface of it, and he kept the filigree and everything on it, so it looks fairly ornate. And you can definitely see the helmet, like the remnants of it. I mean, it looks like the face guard of a helmet in this pauldron. And he even did he even managed to color the inside of it so that the inside of the face mask is all black, so it looks like it's hollow, but it's actually not. It's really impressive work.
Does it look judgy?
The mask is looking at you with a certain judgmental countenance in it. Like you can't help but feel like you're being watched, weighed, measured the entire time, and that you're coming up a little lacking in its eyes. Yeah.
I should probably eat something because I'm seeing things.
Right. Yeah.
I guess this is good work.
Let's go get some lunch, Boomer.
Yes.
And I'll
Thank
pay,
you.
before.
Thank you for your hard work and your non-judgmental attitude.
You really get the hang of this, Boomer.
And he looks at you and he goes, "There's a special place in the hells for people like you, for someone who would do something like that to a friend that would betray them."
Hey, there's an understand. There's a misunderstanding.
He goes, I know, I understand, Skippy. And
yes, Skippy, you know what? I'm sorry. Why don't you step outside while I talk it over with this fine gentleman?
I think we should get some lunch, Boomer.
Are you sure?
Let's get some lunch. And we can always come back after. But I think.
Oh boy, am I in the mood for a conversation?
He says,
"I'm gonna get you in a verbal headlock. That's what I'm gonna do."
He looks at you. He looks at you, Boomer. And says, "Well, have a good day."
Let's go, Boomer. Let's go.
He says, he looks at you, Skippy, and he says, "Skippy, you have a safe place here."
She has a safe place at the boat.
He's just trying to get pushed out the door by Skippy, just cursing the entire time.
Come on. Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Just like jumping with all my force into him, like let's go.
The blacksmith, as you're leaving, the blacksmith will sadly shake his head. He's seen it before, and he knows he'll see it again. And he returns to his forge. All right.
Well.
Wow.
Good job.
Set that fucking shop on fire.
Boomer's reputation is shot in town now.
Oh no, he's a grung beater. You know how they are. All right, Felix. You make your way to the Tower of the Blackstaff, where you've been before. Do you have your false life in place?
Yeah, I don't think I'll go around town without that. So
okay. So yeah, you got your false life in place. Makes you look, less like death. Improves the smell a little bit too. Yeah, you walk into the Tower of the Blackstaff, and Abigail is behind the desk. She's busily working away, and you see that she doesn't have the same sort of bored countenance that you saw, when you came in before. It looks like she's actually, industriously working on something behind the desk.
So I'll go ahead and mage hand the bell while I'm like off to the side.
As soon as it rings, she kind of jerks, she jerks up and she looks around and oh, Felix, and she gives this this little laugh, and you can see a little bit of color kind of creeps into her face, and she goes, you got my message. I'm so glad you came.
Yeah, what would you like to discuss?
Of course. Good Lord, big ass bug.
Oh, I didn't know we had bugs on the boat. We'll have to get right on that.
Literally a big ass bug in here. Anyway,
That's what you get, Ed. That's what you get.
It's a mimic.
That's the world DM getting you back.
Is it kind of purple and squishy?
Yeah.
come on. Yeah, it's kind of a.
One of us. No, it's fine.
All hail the Hypnotoad. She says, yes, the boat, of course. I have some research. I'd love for you to see it, Felix.
Okay.
She kind of gives you some big eyes, while she's looking at you, and you come around the desk and kind of just focus on her book, and she she goes, yes, good, okay. Well, I've been doing a little bit of research. We had some very old books in the library. Some kingdoms and civilizations that existed centuries and centuries ago, but they were some of the magical workings that they did were simply amazing, Felix, amazing. And I think, and this is all theoretical, of course. You understand? I'm not. I'm probably not as good of a wizard as you, Felix.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
And she blushes a little bit. And she goes, of course. Anyway, I found some drawings that were in a book recovered from. I forget the name now. I'll fill it in later. Were recovered. They have the drawings and what looks like the ritual schematics. Felix, I think we can make Tanith fly.
Well, that would be very amazing.
She says, yes, it involves summoning an elemental spirit of air, which we have a book here. We have a book here in the tower on summoning and binding elemental spirits. I think we can use that and adapt it to our needs here. But we can. I think we can learn. I think we can do it together, Felix. This is something that we might be able to work on. As we can summon and use the spirits in Tanith to bind the elemental spirit, and I think we can make them fly.
That would be great if you could help me with that.
Oh, of course. So you think it's a good idea?
I can show you the world.
She blushes at your compliment, and you can tell she seems a little bit flustered. You're not sure why. Why? I mean, clearly she's just sharing some research with you, but she seems to be very pleased that you like it and that you think it's possible, that you didn't reject the idea out of hand.
When would you like to work on this?
Says, well, I have a little more work to do. The tome for the summoning and binding of elemental spirits is in a section of the library. I'll have to work out my access for that section, but don't worry about that. It'll be fine, Felix. For you, for Tanith, for the project, I'll make it happen. Felix, just give me a day or two. I'll contact you again. What did you like? Did you like my my message spell?
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I'll send another one to you. If you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Why would I
Thanks,
mind?
Felix. Oh, I don't know. It was stupid. Don't worry. Don't. It's nothing. Okay. No, I'll send you a message in a few days. I have a little more work to do. Talk to Tanith. If you could talk to Tanith for me and find out if they would be, I can't imagine they would be excited for this, but find out if they'd be okay with this. I think it's going to be amazing.
To sail the skies? Yes, I think it would.
I think you're amazing.
What?
The project. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, it should be. Great. So I'll be waiting to hear back from you.
Yes,
So
of course.
At a game, that was the book that Gaston was looking for, right? For his ex-wife?
Maybe.
I feel like Felix is in a different movie than the rest of us. Like I feel like he's in a rom-com, and the rest of us are.
You're in a Lifetime movie, Boomer, but you're not on the right side of it.
Yeah.
Not without my grung, starring Sally Field.
One of these days, Skippy. Wham! Boom!
Right to the moon.
Right to the moon.
Did you share the name of the book, Gaston? Or Rob? Did Gaston share the name of the book he was looking for?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he did. I think Gaston did.
Okay.
Yeah, because Gaston was pretty forthcoming when he was like, "Oh yeah, my ex-wife, needs this book. I'm gonna go ask the thing." Yeah, I think wasn't Nico like, "Oh, I don't think you want to just tell him that." Like, I think you want to. I think Nico was like, "Oh, I don't think the truth is the way to go." Doesn't seem that's never really worked for me.
Yeah, so I guess that I would have some kind of inclination that might not be a good book for her to have. So I probably wouldn't want to share that yet.
Okay. But Gaston also, I think Gaston, did Gaston share that he was sort of given an ultimatum?
I don't think he did. I don't remember him sharing that.
Is Gaston alive?
Wake up, Rob.
He doesn't look muted, but
He's here in body, but not in spirit.
He fell asleep.
Anyway, we'll sort that out. But yeah, so
Someone
yeah,
put
you may
Gaston's
want
hand in
to.
a cup of water.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it may be. Yeah, so you'll have to work that out. But anyway, yeah, so she has. But yeah, so Abigail walks you to the door, the whole time, like and she's sort of going back and forth between sort of blushing and kind of giggling, and then she kind of says stuff under her breath sometimes. Like she seems a little flustered. You're not quite sure, like you're not sure why. Maybe she's just really excited about this project. About the chance to make Tanith fly. It's probably the only thing you can figure as to why she'd be acting a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't she? Flying boat sounds the best.
Flying boat, Yeah, so she walks through the door. Gaston, are you there? Oh, Rob's there. Rob may have. Okay. All right.
Gaston's
Well,
really into that book.
really into that book. Okay, well, Gaston. While Gaston was reading and watching over your sister, she woke up.
Oh no.
And she regains. Kind of need him here for this. She regains consciousness, and she's a little freaked out. And she doesn't.
As you may expect.
Yeah, she doesn't wake up screaming or anything. She's not like having a thing, but once she looks around and she doesn't recognize where she's at, and she doesn't recognize the halfling reading the book and smoking a pipe. And she begins to, where's Nico? What's going on? Where am I? Who are you? Sort of all the things that you would expect.
Does the boat try and calm her down?
Yeah. So yeah, and she's speaking in a it's not quite as little girl of a voice, but it's still kind of a little girl voice that she's speaking in. Where's Nicomo? What's happening? And she's looking very scared. And suddenly the boat goes, don't worry, he'll be back. He'll be back. And she's, who said that? What's going on? Gaston's like, it's the boat. Don't worry, it's fine. And the boat, he says, our name is Tannis. And she, who's we? Who is that? Don't you worry. You're safe with us. We're Tanith. We're the dead guys who live in the boat. There's dead people. Are you a ghost? Well, we're not exactly a ghost. We're the souls that were stolen and entombed in the boat.
That's better.
Forever to sail the seas.
Oh,
And the crew that and she sort of she jumps, and then there's one voice that calls out, "I'm not a sailor. Can you hear me? Help! I'm trapped in here with these madmen. Please. My name is Abernathy. You have to shut up. You quiet. You're gonna scare her. Can't you see? She's already a little worried." Don't worry about him, miss. He's getting used to his new position on the boat. He just trying to find his sea legs. His sea legs. He doesn't have legs anymore. It's a metaphor, lass. And then you hear one of the guys say, "I think it might be a simile. It's a metaphor." Or you see, he has to get his used to being on the boat and not having a body. So he's on the boat, but really in the boat, but he is the boat. And she's
Great time to fall asleep, Rob.
The whole time she is just freaking out. She's, oh my God, I just want to talk to Nicomo, please. I don't know what's going on. Who are you? And he goes, he'll be back shortly. Yeah, just don't worry about him. And she goes, is he in the boat too? Is he one of you? And he goes, oh, no, Nicomo. Nico, he still has his actual legs, not sea legs. They're flesh and blood legs. Haven't taken those from him yet. Not that we would. We can't take his legs. You see, but if he ever wanted to join, he'd be welcome aboard, part of the crew. Of course, you too, as his sister, if you'd like to be part of our boat crew, if you're tired of your body, we can say, oh my God, no, I don't want to. Somebody, and he says, we'll just leave you here. We'll stop talking now about you taking your soul into the boat. We'll just leave it where it's at. It seems to be fine. Your legs seem fine. You got nice legs. And she kind of tucks her legs underneath her and is trying to pull the little, the little blanket up around her. And she cries, she like pulls the blanket over her head. She goes, Nicomo, where are you? And he goes, all right, I think she's good.
Good talk. Good talk.
Well done, lad. Well done. And they all right, so everybody is making their way back to the boat.
Dude, we meet back up with Nico. Yeah. No.
Yeah. You guys sort of converge on your way back to the dock.
Yeah.
As I'm walking back with Boomer, I want to ask him about this this plant that we mentioned, that like you said that one of the like rumors was that it could have been guarded by a mountain dwarf tribe. So I want to like.
Oh, you want to talk about rumors, Skippy? Well, the rumor is that I'm hitting you, and that you have to keep quiet, because it's some kind of like weird. What was that? What was that?
I was trying to calm him. I was trying to tell him it wasn't you. It wasn't what it looked like. He had something else
This
in
is.
mind.
I imagine joining up with them as they're kind of having this like argument, walking down the streets. Hi, Skip.
What?
Fades into the bush like Homer.
Rob's back.
Hey.
Hey.
Come and diffuse the situation.
The rumor is that apparently I'm an abusive dwarf.
That's not what I said.
That's not what you said, but there was definitely some kind of in between the lines that the guy was reading.
He had his own ideas.
I did hear you dispute them.
I'll just be
I heard you like, oh no, he's fine.
Yeah, I'll be stood at the back, just sort of muttering to myself, so, oh, I see. So I call Boomer an aggressive psychopath, and they beat me up and mug me. Skippy does.
You're not helping anything.
Felix, you are joined with them at this point.
Does anyone have any food? I think Boomer needs some food.
I am a bit hangry. I'm sorry, but
we should go and.
I didn't want to hit you. Wait, that doesn't sound.
Everyone in the party. What did you do that made me hit you?
Why did you hit Skippy, Boomer?
I didn't know. I'm talking about when I was charmed and mind controlled.
Oh. Yeah, it happens.
There was this weird, awkward thing that happened with the dwarf at the blacksmith shop, and it made me feel bad, and I don't like it.
Why did it make you feel bad?
You didn't kill anyone, did you?
Because it was like, oh, like you're hitting Skippy, and I'm not. I didn't mean to hit her.
I mean, it was horrifying. You did it right in front of me, and I know it wasn't your.
Whoa, like, no. Let me finish. Food.
I said it was horrifying to watch. Imagine your perspective where you were looking and doing it. That must have been more horrifying for you.
So how about that food?
Let's get back to the boat. That sounds like a great idea. Oh, boom.
So Rob,
I know something.
Rob, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Nico's sister woke up while you were sitting there. While you were there, Tanith tried to console her, but it didn't go great.
Or it went great.
Good, but not great.
So you stepped out. You stepped out to take a leak. Gaston stepped out to take a leak, and she woke up. And then Tanith started talking to her. You come back from taking a leak. She's now under her covers. She's sitting on the bed with her hand, like with her knees pulled up to her chest, and she's under the covers, just saying, "Where are you, Nicoma? Where are you?" And you walk in, Tanith goes, I talked to her, Gaston. It went pretty well. I calmed her down. She's calmer now. She's actually calmer here than she was before. It's kind of a mess. Maybe you should talk to her though. We talked about her body and her legs, but she didn't seem to. Be as receptive to the idea of a lot of the things. But you seem to have legs and a body. Maybe you could talk to her about those things. It might come better from you. Anyway, we'll just be over here if me and the boys will just be over here if you need us. We'll just be over here. You could talk to her. Maybe before Nico gets back, you can kind of down a little bit. Because Abernathy scared her. We got the boys taking care of him now. He was saying some things. If she says anything about legs or her soul, that was all Abernathy. All him is what that was. So anyway, I'll just be in my boat. So. And just Gaston, you got this. Just smooth it over. Just smooth it over, Gaston.
You got this.
Okay, you're up. Go get him.
Yeah. On count of
So,
we
yeah.
screwed up.
You approach. When you come back into the room, she's just this huddled mass, this quivering, whimpering, huddled mass. Under the blankets.
Well, and how are you doing?
And she goes, "Oh my God, are you a ghost too? Are you here?" And she's still under the blankets.
I cast that wonderful spell right there.
What am I looking at?
Calm emotions.
Calm emotions.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So she's got to make a charisma saving throw, and she fucking fails miserably. Yeah. So you cast calm emotions. You basically hit her with a magical sedative, essentially. And
make her some tea. Put in a little bit of warm to it, some whiskey or something.
Yeah, just hit her with a little shot of something. Yeah, so you get her with the calm emotions, get her with a cup of tea. As soon as you cast calm emotions, you see her instantly kind of stop quick, and she goes, "Oh, okay. I'm just gonna take the blanket off now." And she pulls the blanket off. She goes, "You're here. You're here. Okay, this. You know what? Maybe it was a dream. You know what? I feel pretty calm. What's your name?" And she's talking. So Gaston, you hear she's talking in like the little girl voice. It's not as young as it was before, but it is still younger than her apparent age. And she looks at, she goes, "Well, what's your name?"
I am Gaston.
Gaston, I'm Rosie. And she's still like, she's kind of looking around the ship, but she is no longer freaked out.
Yeah, offer her some burrito.
And she goes, why, thank you. I'm very, very hungry. And she takes a bite, and she like suddenly, she puts away like 2.5 burrito. Like you just keep touching, and she puts away like 2.5 burrito worth of burrito. Today it's super classic, beans, cheese, and rice, with
cilantro and lime.
Cilantro and lime, super classic. She puts away like 2.5 burrito worth of burrito. As you're cutting, she goes, is there Anything more to drink? I seem to have finished my tea. You're so kind. Thank you.
Would you prefer tea, wine, beer, water?
Just water. Just water. I think I'm very thirsty.
All right. Go find her some water that is not grung water.
Right. Yeah, you come back with it. You come back. You come back, and at this point, she's got her feet hanging off the side of the bunk, and she's looking around, and she goes, Are you friends with Nico?"
Yeah, you can call us friends.
Oh, I'm so glad. I love to meet friends of Nico's. He was always bringing them by the house. They were older, but they were usually very nice to me. And
Oh,
then
really? Pull out my
this,
page. Really? Give me some details here.
when she says this, a shadow kind of passes over her face, and she gets a troubled look on her face, and she goes, "Oh, I can't remember."
You suck, Nico.
Oh. Anyway, what were we talking about? I'm sorry. You said you were a friend of Nicomo's.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you
So,
seem so nice.
hey, have you accepted Ogma as your personal Lord and Savior?
Oh my God.
and she got to be proselytizing, he's got a calling. And she goes, well, no, I don't know who that is. What does that mean?
Okay, once Gaston picks himself up back off the floor.
Right.
It's like, excellent. He is the Lord of knowledge and understanding and music and bards, but that's incidental. It's the knowledge that's the important part.
And she goes, "Oh, well, I do like music, and well, I can't seem to remember everything. Do you think Ogma could help me remember?"
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it seems like it would be worth a try. Can you tell me, how do I accept him?
Oh yeah, here's a pamphlet.
Nico starts sprinting home.
Don't know why, but I have to go home now.
I don't know why. Something's wrong. I feel
Break out into a
disturbance.
cold sweat. Just
Gaston, she asks you, what do I do to accept? You're like, I don't know. I've never actually gotten this far.
Got this far before.
This is further than I've ever gotten before. I don't know where to go from
people
here.
have left. I don't actually.
Always says no and walks away.
Yeah, I don't actually have a thing for this. Yeah, so Nico,
Cast confusion and try to figure out what comes next.
you walk. You guys return to the boat. You come down to the cabin to find Gaston holding your sister's hands in prayer. Both of them kneeling on the floor of the boat.
God damn it, you sleaze, Gaston! I sort of run over and sort of rugby tackle him.
How dare you have my sister pray?
I don't know what prayer looks like. It just looks like he's touching her.
No, it works.
So yeah, you
you just tackle the Cabbage Patch doll, right?
Yes. Yes.
slap the hymnal out of her hand.
And turn my back for
And she goes, she's Nico, no, Nico, get Gaston is our friend. he let me he gave me some of his burrito.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Did he? I see.
Huh? Huh?
Want to explain yourself, Gaston?
I imagine that all of us are just kind of watching, and Boomer's like eating something. He's just like, I mean, normally I would engage in this, but I mean, no, pretty calm right now.
Tanith goes, yeah, he kind of freaked her out. He really, the Gaston, he was talking to her about her soul and everything. He was
What are
he
you
said,
talking to her
But I
about?
mean, you give someone the burrito, and
She's already traumatized. What's the matter with you?
I had to get
Wait.
her mind off the legs conversation that Tanith started.
Even I know her soul is off limits.
I hear the bilge pump calling. I gotta go.
Tanith, what's this about legs? What are you talking about?
You hear. The souls that you tried to reach are no longer available at this point. Please leave a message. Please leave a message after the ethereal wailing of the eternal crew. Oh.
It's
Damn it, I turn my back for 5 minutes and you'll try and break her mind even more than it. Oh.
And she goes, Nico, stop yelling. It's fine. Stop yelling, Nico. It's fine. Please, Nico. I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever you want.
See, Skippy, that's an abusive relationship right there. That
Oh, yeah. I see the difference.
You're safe.
I was charmed. No. Mm-mm.
It's all right. You're safe. No one's gonna hurt you. No one's gonna hurt you here. You're safe.
Yeah, no one's gonna hurt you but me. That's what Nico's saying.
Oh, hard.
Yeah.
She goes, as she kind of clings to you, Nico, and she goes, I woke up and I don't know if it was a dream. I got really scared. Someone was talking to me about my soul and that they're in the boat. It must have been a dream, but then Gaston was talking to me and he gave me something to drink and I calmed down and
Did you fall asleep?
I was still be like holding her, but I'll just sort of slowly turn and look at Gaston. Just like, gave you something to drink.
Did he give you a fudge pop?
I put some whiskey in her tea. He was a little stressed after the conversation with Tanith.
And to put in, had to.
Tanith pops in there and goes, again, it was really Abernathy who was doing a lot of the talking there. He's gone rogue. We've dealt with the situation. Don't worry. It's all internal. We've taken care of it. Fine. Anyway, back to the bilge pump.
Well, seems like we've got some catching up to do, Rosie. How about we go upstairs and have a seat and maybe something to eat and drink and some fresh air.
I put quite a lot of Gaston's burrito inside of me, but
You'd better be speaking literally, Gaston.
Yes,
I
he
think
literally
we
put my burrito inside of her.
We should probably all be going.
One sensuous bite at a time.
I think I
Boomer
could fit a
leaves.
little bit. I think I could fit a little bit more, though.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Let's go upstairs.
I'm afraid
Thank
without
you,
magic, the
Gaston.
burrito doesn't get any bigger.
Why do we have to leave, Boomer? She's hungry.
So you were talking, Skippy, about some dwarves and things.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Let's go like up and I want to make some potions, so we can talk about that somewhere else. Like
Right. Yes.
Mhm,
No.
I'll just lead. I'll lead Rosie upstairs to the sort of mess room.
Oh no, don't go there. That's where I want to make my potions.
I feel like the more I talk, the more Boomer's accent becomes Tannis.
Ask Rosie before she goes if she wants some more of that tea I made for her.
She goes, well, yes, it was so lovely. That would be good. It had a kind of a pleasant burn to it, and it made me giggle a little bit.
Oh
Um,
Is it a
So,
flurry?
hey, yeah, does Boomer know anything that Skippy's talking about? Not to, divert the conversation or anything.
You know that some of the tribes, some of the hill tribes in your area, which weren't as far north as what Skippy was reading about, but some of them were devoted to nature, and so you don't think it would be outside of the realm of possibility that that one of these tribes, if there was some mystical plant or some plant that was supposed to have healing properties or spiritual properties, that the hill tribes could develop a society around it.
Yeah, no, it's possible.
But you don't know anyone we could look up to ask?
I mean, the people that we would look up are probably dead, and
I guess they're not going to help that much here.
no, we could go looking for. God, I gotta stop talking like Tanith. The people we can find, I don't know.
Thanks,
You know
Boomer.
a certain lich. You know a certain lich that he's got a whole tribe's worth of knowledge.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right.
Now that's an abusive relationship.
So you take Rosie up on deck. She's kind of chattering away at you, and she's talking to you, Nico, about she's bringing up people and situations that you knew from childhood, growing up with her. But she's talking about them what sounds like fairly recently. But she's talking about situations that happened in the past, like
30, 40 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they happened, 30 some odd years ago. But she's talking about them as if they happened like fairly recently, and you don't pick up on it at first, until she brings up your friend, the one you
unfortunate disagreement with.
Right. And she, but she's talking about him, and she says, well, you remember what was his name? I can't remember his name.
Marcus.
Says, well, you brought Marcus over for dinner. And she goes, did he?
As soon as she says his name, I'd just probably stop walking. It's like,
right. And she goes, has he said anything about me, Nico?
Marcus.
Yeah,
No, he's not said anything.
Oh. Okay. I was just wondering.
Let's go get something to eat.
Okay, I'm really hungry. And so you take her up to the galley, and she sits, and you're kind of watching her, Nico, and you notice that a lot of her mannerisms are kind of childlike. And she's definitely not behaving the way Rosalina Casca of the Marked was behaving. Like this is
Mhm.
not. This is her behavior's a little bit strange.
So you don't remember anything about how you got here? What's the last thing you remember?
She goes, well, it's a little fuzzy. I know. Well, let's see. We were. Well, we lived at home, and then my mom got sick, and then we had to live in this on the street for a little
That's
bit.
right.
But you took care of us though, Nico. You took care of us. You and your friends. But then, well, you left, and your friends they, and she starts shaking.
Mhm.
You can see her voice is quavering, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, Nico. What were we talking about?"
Nothing. We were just reminiscing about happier times. That's all. But that's all behind us
Oh.
now. We're safe here. No, and everything's going to be just fine. You'll see.
Oh,
Everything's going to be fine.
I'm so glad. I feel like have you ever woken up from bad dreams, but you can't remember them, but you know they were bad? Does that make sense?
Yes, I think I know exactly what you mean.
I had the strangest feeling that I had the worst nightmare, but I can't remember anything about it.
Maybe in time things will come back, but for today, let's just enjoy the sunshine and let's just enjoy what we have today. How about that?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I think that would be lovely. I've missed you, Nico. I'm so glad you're back.
By you. And when you're feeling, when you've had a chance to rest and you're feeling a bit better, I think we can go and see some people who I think might be able to help you find a new purpose.
Oh, Gaston told me about Ogma. and he said that if I accepted Ogma as my Lord and Savior, that he would be able to help me remember.
Ogma.
Nico, have you accepted Ogma as your Lord and Savior?
Gaston. No. It does sound great. Why don't you talk to Gaston about that and see what you two can come up with. Maybe he can help you remember.
Oh, that would be good. I think, because when I try to remember my head feels so fuzzy. I can't seem to. It's like, Nico, what were we talking about?
It doesn't matter. We were just talking about what a lovely day it is outside, and how nice it is to have some warm food in our bellies.
Of course. Do you want to join me upstairs?
Sure. Why don't you go and sit down? I'll be I'll be right there.
Okay. Thank you. She kind of, hops upstairs. Tanith says, "Ye want me to keep her company?"
Just keep an eye. Make sure she doesn't hurt herself. But maybe less of the pep talk this time, Tanith.
Yeah.
I'll keep Abernathy. Yar,
Yeah.
Abernathy.
Yeah,
I'll keep him. I'll keep him under wraps.
You keep Abernathy in check. That's right.
Yeah, you know how he can be.
I know exactly how he can be. Yes.
Of course, I'll keep an eye on her. I'll keep an eye on her. Make sure she doesn't wander off. She seems a little addled, if you don't mind me saying.
Yes, she's been through a lot. I'm sure things will get better in time. And Nico will kind of walk.
Of course.
He'll kind of just walk out onto the deck and just kind of just be kind of stood on the deck, just sort of looking out over the bay, like at nothing in particular.
Right. looking back over 50 years of mistakes.
Gaston will go up next.
Choices. You have to be so judgmental about it.
Gaston will go up to Nico and hand him the tea and the alcohol that he used to help calm his sister and say, "Hey, this really helped calm her down. I'm going to go visit the temple, see if I can find anything out to help her recover her memories from whatever the heck went on with that parasite thingy."
Thanks, Gaston. Good luck.
All right. And then Gaston's going to float on his book and head over to the temple and do some research.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Gaston on the book, heading towards the temple district. What's everybody else doing?
I'll be cooking up some potions.
Okay. Skippy mixing up some potion. Boomer.
I'll go to console my oldest friend, Nico. I'll grab a bottle of something very strong. Very strong. Have some glasses and give him a glass, pour him something.
I have this mental image of Boomer
Family.
Nico holding glasses and drinking from the bottle.
Here's your glass, thanks.
This is how it's
Just passing the bottle back and forth and still holding the glasses. Family, huh?
Do you ever wish things had turned out differently, Boomer?
Oh God, yes. Every day. Wish I could remember. But we're talking about you.
We're talking about your fucked up situation.
Yeah. We'll have time for all of my mistakes. But right now the world has chosen to focus on your mistakes.
Do I hear them on the boat?
Yeah, you're on the boat. Yeah, you can hear him.
Oh, mistakes, huh? I guess I better come up and drink too.
If only I could relate to your situation.
Yeah, Gaston's the only one who's never made mistakes, so
That's right.
yeah, he's the only one who's come up and drinking.
Hey, Felix. So, how did things go with the wizard girl? Eh?
Pretty good. Things may elevate to the next level.
Oh, you hear that,
Did you
Nico?
hear this?
At least things are going right for one of us.
Skippy's all, woo-hoo, yeah, he's gonna get it up. Woo-hoo.
No, like Tanith could elevate to the next level, and I'm pointing up to the sky.
You've given it a name. You can't name it Tannis. That would just get confusing. We've already got a Tannis.
Oh, hey. He can name it whatever he wants. He went for a boat, so you know.
What? Name what?
You call it Little Tannis or something.
Hey! Don't diminish the man. Yeah, if he wants to call it medium Tannis.
Medium.
Definitely above average, Tanner.
Yes.
Average Tannis.
Some would say aggressively average. Aggressively average Tannis.
Average.
Rower, not a shower?
Tanith Jr.
Rower, not a shower.
Rower, not a shower. Oh, that's good.
So no, she may think that we could get Tanith in the sky.
What?
You're working in very mysterious metaphors there, Felix.
Wait, you mean literally? Like we're not talking about that. We're talking about that.
Yeah, the boat, like you, Tanith. Like we might be able to get you sailing the skies.
Well, that would be...
I don't follow.
Really? You saying that you could get me and the boys up to the sky? Yeah.
If what Abigail showed me works
what
out.
Did Abigail show
you? So, you've heard of an elemental, right?
You mean like the ones we had to kill on the way here?
Little less.
A nice golem.
No, a little less unchained. Sorry, the ones we fought were a little less unchained. These will be a little bit more like pets.
Pet.
Exactly, Skippy.
A pet elemental. Interesting.
An air elemental may be able to get Tanith to fly in the sky.
And
how many
when
air
we're-
elementals are you going to have to get this thing in the air? Because Tanith is heavy.
I haven't done the meta magic math yet, but that's something we're gonna have to work out when she comes back of how many we'll need to capture.
But I could fly, is what you're saying.
If everything works out, yes.
we would be the mightiest pirate vessel in the world. I mean,
What?
carry on. Carry on.
No one can stop us.
That was weird.
So, is this something you'd like us to do, Tanith? To look into?
Of course. Boys, what do you say? We could sail the skies and yar! And you know, there's all sorts of cheering and shouting.
Yeah, I'd say if we're gonna fly, we should get our goblin friends. They gnomes? I can't remember. They gnomes, the barkeepers.
Gnomes.
Yeah.
Gnomes, yeah.
We should get our gnome friends to contrive some appropriate weaponry for a flying ship.
I was thinking
You mean
more
just
like
drop a bunch of heavy
parachute.
stuff over the side?
You could be a little more imaginative than that, I think. I'm
So-
sure they can.
You know what a rod is, right? And you know what God is? Come on, rods from God. Yeah?
Are we still talking about the boat?
Is that
or is
what
this
you
like
gave to
what you were saying
Abigail?
Felix knows all about it.
Yeah, Felix, you gotta be a little more humble.
Did you have her seeing the Almighty, or at least calling his name? Felix.
God
We be proud of you. We be proud of you.
God wasn't brought up.
Keep calling it God
Was
now?
brought up.
What do you call it? God.
Oh,
Hmm.
you You guys are
all right,
weird.
We're gonna end there. We're gonna end there. With everybody on board, but Gaston, who has gone off to seek greater knowledge at the Temple of Ogma on behalf of Rosalina Casca. So, will Skippy ever get to fight her dragon? Will Rosalina Casca ever get her mind right? Will she remember the past? Does Nico want her to remember the past? Will Felix reveal that he has access to a tome of elemental binding? Will Gaston be saved from the evil and greedy ex-wife, Alexa? Find out next week on Good Guys, but not great.
Where did get mentioned? Sex.